I'm going to Bottomland. 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 I have not been fucked in this outfit, chat.
Just come.
8 homosexuals. You can get filled up with stuff. Trust me. It's everywhere! We're covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Bottomland. 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 Puppet milk.
It's 9/11. Never.
The Panther is here!
I'm going to Bottomland. 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 I have not been fucked in this outfit, chat.
Just come.
8 homosexuals. You can get filled up with stuff. Trust me. It's everywhere! We're covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Bottomland. 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 Puppet milk.
It's 9/11. Never.
The Panther is here!
I'm going to Bottomland. 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 I have not been fucked in this outfit, chat.
Just come.
8 homosexuals. You can get filled up with stuff. Trust me. It's everywhere! We're covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Bottomland. 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 Puppet milk.
It's 9/11. Never.
The Panther is here!
I'm going to Bottomland. 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 I have not been fucked in this outfit, chat.
Just come.
8 homosexuals. You can get filled up with stuff. Trust me. covered in puppet milk, covered in puppet milk, covered in puppet milk. Bottomland, bottomland, bottomland. Puppet milk.
It's 9/11. Never.
The Panther is here!
I'm going to Bottomland! 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 I have not been fucked in this outfit, chat.
Just come.
8 homosexuals. You can get filled up with stuff. Trust me. It's everywhere! We're covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Covered in puppet milk. Bottomland! 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 Puppet milk.
It's 9/11. Never.
The Panther is here!
I'm going to Bottomland! 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 Hello everyone! Pulled out a headphone. How's it going? Welcome to a YouTube stream, which is weird. How you guys doing? Hope you're having a good one. Hello people who maybe aren't normally here because I normally do Twitch? I don't even know. People are doing like a trying not to stream on Twitch the first, the second, and the third over some TOS choices. And anytime people do stuff like that, I feel the need to be a part of it. So we're streaming here today and tomorrow. And then, I don't know, we'll see. Depending on how this goes, I might want to start doing YouTube sometimes anyway, just because different audiences potentially. I don't know, we'll see. But this site doesn't have bits and stuff, they just have super chats. So I'm probably not making any fucking money for 2 days. That's unfortunate. But I'll be okay. I'll work harder later in the month. How's YouTube money-wise? Dog shit! Dog shit. Absolute fucking dog shit. Alright, so let's just get into it, shall we? Today we're just doing a cornucopia of things. There's no specific theme, we're just jumping all around, so it's fine. You can ask for direct donations with text or something. People can super chat. Ken Shaw, thanks for $10 super chat. Says, Hannah, make money. Thank you. Or, God, what is it? Hannah, it's like Hannah Reloaded. 1 second. Channel. Lampetia, thanks for $20 super chat. Appreciate it. Bittergrin with the $1. Thank you. I'm trying to find, if you don't want to use super chats for whatever reason, but you want to help the chat, or help the stream rather, there's also the tip link, which is direct. Again, I'm not pushing it like in the sense that no one do anything that they don't have money for. It's just, you know, it's my job. So if you'd like to support the show in some way, go for it. Afterac with 13.99 Canadian says, give Hannah a paycheck. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. What do I even want to cover first? There's so much bullshit. Did this guy do anything crazy? Drops a lot with $10 says, hello Hannah, I usually just watch your recorded Twitch streams on YouTube. I don't normally watch Twitch. I was surprised to see you doing a live stream here. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. No problem. How's the Bed Bath & Beyond guy doing? The guy that's, you know, still obsessed with the stock even though it's broke. He's broke. That one stuff says, I've been watching you since about 2 Samuel. Love you. Get back to reading the freaking Bible. It only works if you finish it.
Good morning, guys. It's Guy Smolej. It's Friday, June 30th, 2023.
No obligations. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. I appreciate all the support, but no one is obligated. The show is free.
And I am recording this video in front of the future Teddy store, Teddy Holdings LLC.
If anyone hasn't been watching on Twitch or YouTube VODs, the Bed Bath & Beyond saga, basically, a bunch of people bought into Bed Bath & Beyond stock, and now the company's bankrupt, and a lot of them are delusional. This guy thinks that the store's going to reopen under a new name, and that he's going to be a millionaire with his Bed Bath & Beyond stock, even though the stock is at, let's check, 27 cents. Last year it was at $2, so it's lost 88%. Oh, thanks, SS. Demos says, would donate more for my coming birthday, but as I decided to quit my job today and return to my old vastly underpaying job, must stay low. Oh, sorry to hear whatever's going on with that. Oh, Zwart Dude with $2 says, watching since pre-face cam. Love the vids. Thank you. I could turn on YouTube memberships. I don't want to do that unless I for sure start streaming on YouTube regularly. Because I don't want people to give me money today for a YouTube membership and then me not stream on YouTube for months. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure this is fine and then I'll work on it. And I'll have to transfer over like emojis and stuff.
This is gonna be a quick video talking about...
Oh my god, it's Hans. That was the wrong video. There he is. Sky Comet says, don't know why everyone is boycotting Twitch, but I'm here and playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 at the same time. Cheers, Hannah. Thank you.
Or Teddy store. Bed Bath & Beyond, this name is going, actually, congratulations to Overstock for getting that cheap name, actually. They got it as a steal. They stole it.
They literally didn't steal it. They bought it because that's the only bidder. Overstock bought Bed Bath & Beyond's intellectual property for $21.5 million, including the name Bed Bath & Beyond, which is why, by the way, if you go to overstock.com, oh, maybe it has to be the Canadian overstock.com because they don't actually have the right to do it. Can I go to the Canadian version? Overstock Canada. No. That doesn't do it. Overstock.ca? This should work. There we go. If you go to Overstock Canada, they've already started changing over everything to Bed Bath & Beyond because Overstock bought the Bed Bath & Beyond name. This guy doesn't understand that, though.
But it's okay. What we're gonna see right now is Teddy. Teddy is gonna take over what is left over for the Bye Bye Baby. All right, we've seen Dream Over or Dream Over Me, whatever that name is. They can dream of having Bye Bye Baby. When Teddy or when Ryan Cohen,
Can I mod Halloween Town? I sure can. Where's Halloween Town? Let's make you a mod here. Add as moderator. Great. Sorry, there's a few more things. Bubble Homestead says, hope y'all with animals in America are okay with the sky booms. My little dog is displeased. Cats don't give a fuck. Our cats have been okay. They've been curious, but not scared. But yeah, it sucks. I know animals who freak out about it. Felix Night Owl with $5 says, glad to see you on YouTube. Been a fan a long time. My best memory of you is your breakdown of that vegan lady that freaked out over the lobsters. What the fuck is this? Yeah, that was great.
We planned that ahead of time.
Chat, did I tell you, by the way, that the central air is getting repaired on Wednesday? We just have to make it to Wednesday.
A couple years ago. Why I'm saying couple years ago? Because, all right, so guys, I am an expert in in registering trademarks.
Are you an expert in registering trademarks? You're an Uber driver. And there's nothing wrong with driving Uber, I just mean, like, you have no qualifications of expertise surrounding that. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna show you something. All right. You know, dogs, they always poop, right? They always shit.
Dogs do poop, yes.
And I created this company.
Oh, God! But you drive Uber! We know you're an Uber driver! The business must not be doing amazing!
And the trademark is called Yugi Pets. Yugi Pets.
That's a bad name for a company.
That's why
I'd assume it's Hygie. Hygie? Hyg. Ooh.
I use the word Yugi because during the pandemic, Yugi means happy. Happy pet.
I didn't think it was a different Carp Kosian. Thank you, though. Welcome. Welcome. Both people from Twitch and people who are YouTube regulars. Welcome. Oh, I dropped the cap. That's unfortunate.
And that was a trademark that I submitted an application with USPTO to register it. I did it myself because I don't need lawyers. I'm very good in that.
I don't need lawyers. I'm very good. Anyone who says that should probably get a lawyer.
And right now the trademark is pending. Why it's pending? Because somebody else, like a few days ago, he submitted a similar name, and I'm waiting for him because he needs to submit some stuff with the USPTO showing that the trade is active, and they're still waiting. So they're doing extensions, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, and I'm waiting for his trademark to die so my trademark goes and takes over. And then I
don't know if any of this makes you an expert on trademarks. It makes you someone who's having to deal with a trademark issue. Those are different things.
The product's ready.
Have you considered that if you had gotten a lawyer, this whole process would probably be going quicker for you?
So what happened?
Also, was that box just bags for dog poop? Like, I don't think you need... Do we need a new brand of dog poop bags? Feels redundant. People can just use plastic bags that they have around, but if they don't, there are already other brands of that, I'd imagine.
Happened with Teddy. So Ryan approached a company, actually let's say the person, his name is Jeff Bushy, Geff Bushy, Busche, and that Jeff, he registered the trademark.
I kind of wish that person's name was Jeff Bussy. It's pretty close.
Called Teddy.com.
Is anyone in the world's last name Bussy?
TEDDY.com. He registered that trademark, and that trademark was owned by GBDO Inc. And his email was under another company called iVenture.com. So what happened is
Gary Bussy.
Ryan Cohen,
he's my favorite actor in Predator 2.
actually with the legal thing, doing it through a company called Teddy Holdings LLC, approach Jeff.
So for those who don't know, Teddy Holdings is the company that Ryan Cohen created to sell his children's books. Because Ryan Cohen's father's name is, if I can even find the website. There it is. So Ryan Cohen, who's works at GameStop as one of their chief executive officers. He might be CEO now, I don't know. He's the guy that a lot of the meme stock people love because he's a tech bro Elon Musk wannabe. Anyway, he started this children's book series called Teddy, and it's based off of his father, whose name was Teddy or Theodore, and the main character is him and I think his brother and his dad when he was younger. You know. However, meme stock conspiracy theorists have decided, no, this isn't it. He must be trying to invent a new brand that will take over as a huge baby brand called Teddy, and then that'll also be like a part of like a giant Amazon competitor that they think's gonna happen called G-Merica.
Bushy, GBDOing, and they said,
I'm doing good, Profane Priestess.
hey, you have a trademark, you have a domain name, which
What
is...
made me do a YouTube? People are doing a boycott of Twitch for the first 3 days of the month. And also trying it out, seeing if maybe throwing in a couple YouTube streams a month might be good.
Teddy.com, approved by the USPTO. You own it, legally you own it, and we are interested in buying this name. So, why Ryan Cohen did this move?
Hello, Mr. Blast.
Because if he's gonna register the trademark Teddy, just Teddy, the name, the USPTO, they're gonna issue a notice of likelihood of confusion. Something very frequent with the lawyers of for the government, for the USPTO. And Ryan, he did buy.
I'm testing this to see how it goes, and if it, you know, if we get a different audience or more people or just, I don't know, then it might become a regular thing doing YouTube streams every once in a while.
The name, Teddy.com, and which is the trademark Teddy.com, and the domain name from this previous owner, Teddy.com. And that's why you've seen him publishing the books, the 6 books of Teddy. So basically, he had a letter from the owner of that trademark that he bought the trademark from him. Then he submitted through Teddy Holdings
Yeah, this is one of the 2 most recent videos from this guy.
LLC, the trademark Teddy, and under different international class, which is the business that Teddy might do. It doesn't matter, as long as you have the name, the first name approved by the USPTO, then you can file as many international classes you can do, and then you go for the international registration of the trademark. And this is what probably done already, or Ryan is gonna do it, or Teddy Holdings LLC, they're gonna do it.
What is he talking about? Why he's holding bags?
Bye baby. And what happened to Teddy Holdings LLC under...
Like, they're selling the leases. Does he not know they're selling all the leases?
Ryan Cohen Management and Leadership. We're winning. That's it. It's over. You have today, Friday...
It is over.
...to buy some shares if you can make it, and if my video uploads before 9:30, and maybe you can make it on Monday on half day. All right, PP, you can call me tonight. I'm ready to bring more to the PP show. I love you guys. Cheers. We're winning. Bye. And
what's YouTube like compared to Twitch on the creator streamer end? I guess it depends on what you mean. I think Twitch has a better interface for all sorts of stuff. And I like their commands, and I prefer, like, bits and stuff. YouTube has super chats, and I know they have, like, memberships now, but I don't have memberships as of right now, so I can't really speak to that. Neurotic says, here, have this as thanks for special YouTube show. Thank you. 200 NOK, whatever currency that is. Thank you.
keep your eyes on...
Oh, he's also obsessed with Teddy Roosevelt. He thinks that there's a conspiracy with Teddy Roosevelt that's involved in GameStop and Amazon and Bed Bath & Beyond. Norwegian kroner. Nice.
the stars and keep your feet on the ground. This is a saying from Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy.
Overstock did buy Bed Bath & Beyond. That is correct.
Roosevelt. I'm currently at the Young's Cemetery, Memorial Cemetery in Long Island in New York.
Oh, I don't need to know
And,
how much it was. That wasn't my concern. I just genuinely didn't recognize the currency.
Behind me is the gravestone of the greatest president ever. Theodore Roosevelt was born on October 27th, 1858, and died on January 6, 1919. And right there you have the Theodore Roosevelt Medal of Honor, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Army. The 4th of July, 741. And most likely we're gonna have, just don't say guys, it didn't happen, but I'm saying this is my thesis, this is what I see is gonna happen.
Didn't Teddy fight a bear once? The story, to my understanding, was that, like, he found a baby bear and didn't murder it, and it was the early 20th century, so that was considered incredibly merciful, instead of just, like, a normal human thing to do. And that's where we got teddy bears, or at least the name. Oh, we're on YouTube, so I can say this. You guys want to see some incel shit? Let's watch some incel stuff.
So I got banned off of Twitter for a week, suspended, whatever, for like
This is that undead chronic guy.
a week. Yeah, it was for a week, but now it's like 4 or 3 days. But the tweet I put out before, like, I think it was like 2 hours before I got kicked off for a week, has popped off. I said the word.
Imagine how bad you have to be to get suspended from Elon Musk Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky, by the way. Hannah Reloaded on Blue Sky. Feel free to look me up.
Said it. Spread the word. And I attached the image I use at the top left of my YouTube videos every day. No hymen, no diamond. Spread the word. No hymen, no diamond. Pop cherry, don't marry. Now,
Is there a way you can stream both at the same time? No. That is against Twitch terms of service, unfortunately. Otherwise, yeah, I'd stream both always if I could, but Twitch doesn't allow partners or affiliates to dual stream.
there's a
Like this video!
misconstruing of what I mean here. People will...
I don't think Blue Sky is public, no. I have a private account. But anyone who's in, find me.
not understand the meaning of the message of the meme.
If you join the Discord, after I give my wife an invite code, because I'm still waiting for one invite code. Once I give one to my wife, after that, I'll maybe pass them out to people on Discord. Mods would probably be first in line, like Halloween Town and stuff.
And they'll think, oh, well, like,
But after that, maybe it'll just be random.
if a woman's a virgin, but she was born without a hymen, that means that she doesn't qualify. Now, this meme basically means if she's not a virgin, do not marry her.
Sir, we understand your sexist, weird incel bullshit. It's not that we don't understand what you're saying, it's that what you're saying makes us laugh at you.
Do you guys agree?
I agree.
Yep.
Okay. Now, most of the time I kind of like say, why you say no hymen, no diamond? My girlfriend rode horses for 5 years, and there was like a strap on the saddle of the horse, and she rode it for 5 years, but she's still a virgin. That kind of stupid shit.
Does he not know that... Does he genuinely not know how anatomy works? Does he think that only the insertion of a penis can... Whatever. Holy shit. You can't get too bogged down in the incel shit. Because it's all nonsense. You'll be here all day if you start trying to point out all the wrong. Laugh and move on.
I might just get aggressive with it. I'm like, no. I actually mean no hymen, no diamond. They have to have a hymen, and they have to be a virgin. Because I need to know. I need to see physical evidence. I haven't gotten there yet. If there's a woman born without a hymen or imperforate hymen, but she's a virgin, fine. What tests can we run to test for virginity?
None! There is no test that you could do that would accurately tell you that. Nor should it fucking matter. What is wrong with him?
Do you guys know of any?
No.
Observation.
He thinks the hymens are a thing that actually physically blocks the vagina.
I got a theoretical test. And this is only if she's taken a zinc. You do a genetic sampling of her and look for Y chromosome evidence. Microchimerism. Part of
Wait, he thinks that if he finds a woman who has no hymen, they might be intersex? What?
that includes like taking brain matter, and I'm not trying to make the future mother of my children like lobotomized. So, okay, let's see the responses. So this thing has like 55,000 views on Twitter because people are losing their mind about this.
Yes, when you say stupid things, people will call you stupid. This isn't a hot take. Pretty sure this is a known thing. Nick Adams' entire career on Twitter is built off of it.
Right? 162 retweets, quotes, likes, bookmarks. Let's look at the quotes first. Sandman says, good luck finding virgins these days.
He thinks women absorb DNA from sperm cells into her body and it becomes DNA. Oh my god.
Understandable. But it's not impossible. Hey, Mac. Good luck finding a good deal on a dirt bike.
I feel like I'm missing out on an experience. Baha, we need to figure out a way to get your DNA inside me.
Is it hard to find a good deal? Yeah.
He claims to have a PhD in some kind of biology.
Not really. You just gotta go searching in the right places.
Well,
at the right
it's
time
hard.
of year.
I don't think someone with this little intellectual curiosity is capable of getting a PhD. Like, unironically, I just think he's a fucking liar. I don't believe him. Gabriel with $2 says, much love from the West Coast. Love your streams. Thank you.
You know, it's like you just gotta look in the right place. But it takes skill. The same thing with virgins. Yeah. You gotta look in the right places. You have to use the right strategies.
Yeah. There's certain tests you can do to make sure that it is a good one and not one that's just about ready to explode in your face.
I always just make them sign a legal contract. Whenever someone wants to scam me, because whenever I use cars off of Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, I have a legal contract. It's really about how it looks. And it says, I verify that the engine works, every part works. And then if they're trying to scam me, they go, I don't want to sign that. I'm like, why not? Because if it does work, they'll sign it.
Right.
Hammerhand retweeted, said, you heard the man say no to loose women, slurs, salutes, and leftists that refuse to shave.
Based.
Ambar says, someone tell him. Yeah, so this guy's men's rights, MGTOW, he has the same misconstruction of the argument as the feminists. He says, someone tell him, what is a hymenoplasty? Hymenoplasty is surgery aiming at reconstructing the broken hymen. The hymen, usually broken after sexual intercourse, is reconstructed invisibly. Hymenoplasty is often carried out for individual convenience or after sexual assault. Guess what, Ambar, Mr. I'm a MGTOW men's rights activist? It's about virginity, dumbass. You know who gets hymenoplasties?
Of course.
Late 20s women in their 30s.
The thing literally just said it's often people who are YouTube R-worded or assaulted. Seriously?
They're already rejected by me.
Holy fucking shit, this guy's... I know we've talked about this. I know we've covered him. I am continually astonished by the level of trash that this man fills his brain with that he allows to spill out of his mouth.
Ain't no 18 or 19-year-olds getting hymenoplasties unless they were great. If they were great, they're going to tell me about it. Easy.
Yeah.
So
I think you would know, because honestly, in this situation, I think you're most likely to be the perpetrator.
A MGTOW guy. Don't... Imagine, like, misunderstanding a meme. Okay, whatever. You're a shit.
Imagine, reading the thing I said and actually believing I meant the thing I said. Holy shit.
MRA and a shit MGTOW, I guess. I guess you're a good MGTOW because, like, you're a MGTOW, you don't want anybody to get married, but you're shit MRA. What do we got here? Oh, here's funny. Viviki, who's a pro gamer with 45 followers, says, "Oh shit, a tampon took my virginity. I can't get married anymore. My only husband now is that used tampon." Yeah, there's tons of simps that will marry you if you there's simps out there. Look at Hunter Avalon. Look at Jack Murphy. Look at these simps. You could finish a gangbang the night before your wedding and they will still marry you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you psychotic fucking incel freak? What is this personality? Phoenix Night Owl with $5 super chat says, "These guys are the epitome of narcissists. They think they deserve certain quote-unquote pure women while espousing a veil of being, quote, high-value men. Such garbage." They are indeed. They are indeed.
Do you know why these women get upset about my standards, guys?
Because they don't.
Because they can never meet them.
But, like, why does that make them upset?
This person is literally making fun of you. Is it upsetting seeing people espouse sexist, regressive, incel worldviews? Sure, it's unpleasant. That's not a gotcha. What is it with people being like, haha, I made you uncomfortable and that means you're in the wrong? Like, no. People are allowed to get uncomfortable and think you're weird and gross. Like, that's not a win for you. I get that it's the most contact with women he ever has, but still, he shouldn't be taking it as a win.
Because they want you and other high-value men, not the simps that will actually accept them.
I really think it's just they don't want any kind of backlash. Like, anybody to give them any kind of, like, accountability whatsoever.
Accountability for what? Having sex? What kind of accountability? If accountability means not being attractive to you, fucking hell, I hope everyone in the world is held accountable. Do you think people are looking at you or listening to you and going, oh man, I just wish I could get the attention of that disgusting incel rant Sona on YouTube. By the way, if you don't know, I've covered this guy before, but I don't know if I've ever, like, shown... Hold on, let me try and get where I can move myself so you can see what his rant Sona is. Let's unlock that. I'll move this. His rant Sona's a stoner zombie. This is your personality? What are you doing? Oops, wrong button. Lock. There we go.
And because they know that since they're blown out, that they can never change that. So when you call them out for it,
blown out. How do you think intercourse works? Clyde says he's dropped the thug speak. He sounds like Tate. And Neurotic says, here, have some more Norse coin. Thank you. Lampita says, well, the only way these men can make a woman's heart skip a beat is by triggering her fight or flight. True.
You know, actually, here's the thing. Clearest indicator of how you know that women know that virginity is precious.
They don't tell their body count.
No, not even
when they get offended at the idea of someone not marrying a non-virgin. Did I say that right?
Nah, you're not wrong, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
Alright.
What is it?
Yeah, I'm not
gonna they have no idea how... This is what I don't get. Okay, so in terms of, like, incels and stuff like this... So they think that... Let's say a woman... or anyone with a vagina, I guess. Let's say anyone with a vagina bottoms for 10 different people with dicks. Sure? Okay. Let's say that happens. Do they think that all of a sudden this woman is quote-unquote ruined or whatever, but let's say you have sex with that person. Let's say you have someone who is a virgin or whatever bullshit this person thinks is important, and you have sex with that person 10 times, and they have a vagina and you have a penis. Would that not be the same thing? assuming we're not talking about any, like, STIs or anything, we're simply talking about, like, the act of intercourse, of PIV intercourse, why would it matter if it was one person's penis or many? It makes no goddamn sense. It just implies some sort of, like, ethereal goodness to, like, not having a dick in you. It's so weird. Whatever with $10 says, Bottomland, Bottomland, Bottomland. Also, P.S. No ukulele groomer apology video. Why not? It's right here. Why not? Why not, though? It's right here. Why not?
Get it.
Women will encourage other women to give up their virginity easily and shame them if they don't.
What?
Misery loves company.
Yep.
They don't.
Because no one's more miserable than when they actively have a sex life.
Don't want any other women to be more.
Since you never go to Twitch, what are bits? Bits are like a way to donate money to streamers on Twitch.
More valuable than that.
I have personally witnessed women convincing another girl to divorce
Then she'd have a point of comparison which their insecurity can't handle. That's true. That's a big part of it.
her husband to go ride the CC.
Oh, yeah. Here's what I think is the pathology of this. The VK, or VIKK, I can't say what I wanted to say because YouTube. She's not a virgin.
Fucking yikes. Because of YouTube? How about because you shouldn't be fucking anti-Semitic? Oh my god.
Now, she sees a man on Chronic say, non-virgins aren't worth marriage, aren't worth commitment. You can't get me. And she gets pissed off because me degrading her on some level turns her on.
No, it doesn't. She's making fun of you. Is this how insecure you are that you need to look at people directly making fun of your gross, incel, immature, nasty basement dweller ideology and you go, actually, she's just making fun of me because I make her so wet. Like, really? That's your fucking response? This is so ridiculous. I spit all over the goddamn desk doing that incel voice.
No, seriously, she wants to prove to me that she is worth my green stick.
I assure you, she wants you to be nowhere near her. Any part of you.
And so she tweets this out. It's about virginity. You notice how this feminist VTuber has the exact same argument about I'm talking about hymen, not virginity, as this MRA guy, MGTOW guy.
They're literally both pointing out the inaccuracy of what you said. They can both have diametrically opposed opinions and both recognize that you're wrong. Like, you said something incorrect, and you're mad at other people for taking what you said literally. Like, you're the one who came up with the phrase. If you don't want people to misinterpret it and take it literally, then change the phrase? Starlight with $4.99 super chat says, my MAGA ex called me a disgusting whore for getting into a relationship with someone else after he dumped me for the second time. Wow, what a fucking shitbag.
Some common activities that can tear your hymen are riding a bike. Well, I didn't know you're banging a bike. Gymnastics.
Are you not listening to what this, like, does he really not understand that these things really can, like, you know, do the thing? Does he not believe this? Does he not believe reality?
Yeah, I know you're banging the balance beam. Riding a horse.
He gets his entire idea of sex education from Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah, they always say that. Climbing on a jungle gym. I know you're banging the jungle gym. Vigorous exercise.
Again, none of this has anything to do with, like, insertion other than a tampon. The tampon's the example where there's an insertion, but the other examples aren't. I guess pelvic exam or pap smear. But, like, the other things, literally that can just happen, and it doesn't matter either way. You're the one fucking obsessed with this.
Unless your vigorous exercise includes objects entering your puniti, it's not getting ripped.
Okay. So, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't assume before this video, I assumed he didn't have a lot of, like, experience with women in general. I had kind of assumed at some point that he maybe had relationships with women or one-night stands or something. I'm genuinely at this point thinking, has he never been near a woman? Has he never talked to a woman? Has he never been intimate with a woman ever? And that's like, whatever. That's not a huge deal generally, but it's just funny that he's talking about this stuff with so much confidence, but it's all incorrect. It's all false confidence. It's like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, when Steve Carell's character is like, oh yeah, when you touch boobs and they just feel like bags of sand. Like, he's trying to talk like he knows something, but he doesn't, and he doesn't realize it's making him come off like a fucking psycho.
Masturbation. I can understand that. I think a virgin who has a high sex drive, has high testosterone in her for a high sex drive that masturbates is fine. But I think about the 2 girls I dated that fit that profile. High testosterone.
Do you think that testosterone, like, you can be horny and have, like, too personal. Let me depersonalize this. As someone who's been on T-blockers, there are other hormones you can take that mitigate the lessening of testosterone. Progesterone, for instance.
Had a little bit
as a hypothetical example.
Thick shoulders. They had a really high sex drive. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in terms of women, right? So, like, thick shoulders for a woman is still tiny compared to dudes that go to the gym.
Dudes that go to the gym.
I don't think they had hymens because they would masturbate. But actually, no, I take it back. Their masturbation was mostly focused on something called the clitoris, Vivek. They didn't need to have objects inserted inside of them to get off.
You don't have to, but people like it sometimes. It depends on the person. What? Like, this belies such an interesting, again, lack of understanding of people. I have met women who enjoyed toys that were inserted. And I'm not talking about partners necessarily. I'm just talking about, like, friends I've had. And, I generally have had friends that are comfortable talking about, like, sex toys and sex and stuff like that. I've known women who enjoy external stimulation, women who enjoy internal stimulation, both, one, neither. Like, everyone's an individual and different people experience these things differently and have different preferences. It's so wild to me that you think you can dictate any of that, or on top of that, imagine that 50% of the world's population all have one specific preference when it comes to, like, physical pleasure. Bizarre. Very bizarre.
So, much more valuable than you. Inserting a tampon, I can understand that. Getting a pelvic exam or a pap test.
I don't think a pap smear goes that deep.
Pap smear goes to the cervix. A pelvic exam. You know what the most common findings on the pelvic exam is? For
it doesn't go that deep. It just goes to the cervix.
Adolescent females. Intact hymen. I'm not gonna think about that. Let's continue. Doom from Burr says, "Stop shitting men to existence." He's an anti-natalist. He doesn't want people having kids. Whatever. The Pruisharth says, "Working for gender neutrality and equal rights for men." Maybe he's good. Damn, dude suggests a concrete plan. Oh, shout out to you, dude.
I like that he started with the snark and then he realized the guy agreed with him, so he's like, never mind, you're my bro now for agreeing with my dog shit takes.
Marley says, "It's so obvious you've never been with a woman in real life. That's not how anatomy works, you weirdo."
Yes, that's an accurate statement. That person is correct.
Wait, what?
So the anatomy of a chick not having a diamond, not having a hymen means she doesn't get a diamond. That's not fucking anatomy.
Is that intentional? I can't tell if it's being intentionally obtuse or if he's just this much of a dumbass, because, like, so far, he might just genuinely be this stupid. No, they're saying that hymens are not synonymous with virginity, quote-unquote, intact hymens. Did you really not understand that that's what's being said here?
God,
What's the anatomy we're talking about? What if I said she needs to have a hymen for me to marry? No, seriously.
That's what you said. It just rhymed in the version you posted to Twitter.
Let's say there's a virgin out there that doesn't have a hymen. And I say, because you don't have a hymen, I don't want to marry you. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean. Like, you can do that. It makes you weird as fuck and says negative things about you, I would argue. But you're in your rights to do it. But I don't think that hypothetical is ever going to come to pass because it would require someone to want to spend time with you, romantically or sexually. And I don't think it's worth wasting time with hypotheticals that are just that impossible. It's like saying, what if Saturn turned into pineapples? Like, yeah, okay, like, you could talk about it, but what's the point?
Why can't I choose a physical characteristic?
You can, and people are gonna probably judge you based on that. Welcome to humanity. Sorry.
And make it a standard for me to marry.
How do you think this guy would feel, by the way? Let's say someone, I don't even know what a rhyme would be. No giant cock. I won't take the engagement rock. Like, what if there was some opposite version of this, right? Where some hypothetical woman was like, I have particular standards, and I need a guy to have a big dick. I assume he would, like, have an issue with that, right? Because he's a hypocrite. You can have whatever standards you want. You can have whatever standards you want, for whatever reason. But don't be surprised if people make fun of you for having ridiculous, uninformed standards.
Wait a second. Am I wrong for demanding a physical characteristic and a
having a preference isn't an issue. Demanding other people conform to your preference, yes, that is an issue. Yes.
anatomical characteristic in order to marry? Does that make me a bad person?
It does if you're judging other people for not specifically tailoring themselves to what you want, yes.
Well, what about wait. What about women? Hey. What do women want in a man, huh?
That's too broad of a question. You act as though women are a singular hive mind, like the Borg.
What do all these thoughts talk about what their dream man has? What's the first thing they fucking list?
6 foot.
Sid says, won't let me peg you, then there's no engagement, boo.
6 foot.
More pegging.
You know.
Sky Comet with a $4.99 super chat says, these are the same kinds of guys that complain that women no date me cause I short. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the majority of women have hymens when they're born.
What the fuck are we even talking about? Felix Night Owl with a $2 super chat says, fruity guy and confused. Sorry, what's a hymen? Chat, do you want to explain a hymen so I don't have to spend time in the stream?
I'm pretty sure the majority of men aren't 6 foot. Isn't it so funny that as soon as a man has a physical requirement for a woman, it's not fair and I'm accused of never being...
Again, the reason is because you're not there for some specific physical characteristic as much as that physical characteristic you believe is demonstrative of someone being a virgin. It shows that you value women primarily as sexual objects, and you believe that other men, or anyone with a dick, I guess, sleeping with them somehow devalues them. That's the issue. It's like, it'd be one thing if you're just like, I just am really attracted to... I don't even know how you would express this. I'm getting too deep. I'm engaging with the dumbass incel talking points. What am I doing?
Being with a woman in my life. It's like she's like, you're an incel. That's it. That's her argument. You're an incel.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. It doesn't have to be a substantive argument, because you're not really making one. It's an observation. You don't have to agree, but I'm certainly going to sit here and make fun of it. It's my right to do that. Post your dumb bullshit. It gives me entertainment.
Grey Ghost, Chaz, you've seen the picture I sent you.
Yep.
Is Chronic an incel?
Nope.
Why not? What did I send you?
You sent me a photo of a chick spreading her cheeks with a Sharpie written on both cheeks saying UC does not equal sign incel.
Oh. But I mean, you're lying, obviously.
You sent your friend a picture of someone's butt with that. I just feel like if you do have sexual partners, I feel like at the point where you're like, here, can I write on your butt with a Sharpie? I would like to demonstrate that I'm not an incel. I feel like that's probably rock bottom for that person.
Marley just knows from her feminine intuition that I am an incel.
It's a weird fake laugh.
Oh, dumb bitch. Let's see what she says. Her name is Marley's Nut, and she looks like a black. She looks like a black chick. Wait.
I should watch this.
You see this?
Shouldn't I?
This is gonna be racist, isn't it?
She looks like a black chick trying to look like a white chick who's trying to look like an Asian chick. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't even know what you fucking mean, you incel racist sack of crap.
Nope. Nope, you're not wrong.
Oh, look at her pinned tweet. I love hearing a Niha choke on my puniti hair. Well, no surprise she doesn't like the fact that I want a woman with a hymen. Her pinned tweet is her being a salute.
Kind of sounds like she's getting laid.
What else we got?
Didn't you just say that you had pictures with someone whose butt you wrote on? Does that make you a slut?
Oh, this guy. I actually put this on my YouTube channel. He said, incel culture is wild, y'all.
Thought culture is wild, y'all.
Look at this guy. Look at this goofy. Look at him.
What about him? He looks like a normal dude.
He's literally doing the soy face.
I actually win the argument because I depicted you as the soy face in my argument.
He's literally doing the soy jack face. Look at this.
Guys, did you know you can't ever have your mouth open? Otherwise, incels on the internet might reference a meme.
Mac, what do you think about this?
Please touch grass.
One moment.
Yeah,
I'm
still
waiting,
catching.
yeah, the stream is behind.
Oh, I'm not presenting it to you guys?
Oh,
Yeah, no, we're just like watching the
Yeah,
stream.
the undead chronic guy has never shown his face, and I'm so curious.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it now, but
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah, that
storage
guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm presenting it to you on the StreamYards. Yeah, look at this guy. Incel culture is what this guy. This is the guy calling you an incel
Yes, correct.
online.
Do you think looks have anything to do with being an incel? Being an incel is about your fucking attitude, sir. This guy probably fucks. He looks fine. He looks like he grooms himself. He looks like he's got a style, and he's clearly not an incel like you, so he's probably fine.
Yeah, probably after.
Let's see. Traveler, pirate lord, nerd, husband, progressive. So he's married. Gonna guess he's not an incel.
Choking on some puniti hair.
Creator of Getting Ranked PC. Oh wow, 33 followers. Impressive.
I have more followers than that.
Former host of IMOH Pod. 74 followers. Wow.
Are we doing you don't have as many followers as me? What does this have to do with your dumbass takes? This is bizarre.
And bro to bro pod. Wow. Well, 39 followers. Wow, this guy's an industry legend.
If we're gonna start shitting on people for having failed podcasts, the entire state of California's fucked.
He says, traveler, pirate lord, nerd, husband, progressive. I married a is this his wife?
That is his mom, I think. That looks like him when he's younger. I think that's probably his mom.
I hope
that better be his like mom or some shit.
Okay,
like if you told me this was his mom, I would believe it. Like honestly, the person on the left could be his mom.
No, sorry,
I'm pretty
like, you
sure
sure
the
that's
one on
not
the
his
left is
brother?
a guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you sure that's not a dude?
Although it is 2023, so I would you kind of
given the picture, I think these are his parents, his father and mother. Bro, your father was a fat Urkel trying to throw gang signs, but wasn't confident enough to put his hand out. A single.
Alright, enough Undead Chronic. I've had enough incel shit. Oh goddamn bizarre. This isn't like... The situation is serious. But this is so absurd I don't even know what to say about it. Colleen Ballinger. Colleen Ballinger, also known as, oh god, what, Miranda Sings, is a character she's done. Has gotten into some hot water lately for some accusations that have been posted with receipts. Where her, while she was like in her 30s, was in group chats with minor fans and being incredibly inappropriate and asking inappropriate questions and having like 13-year-olds run her social media accounts and bullying the minors when she's like in her 30s and being grossly sexual. All sorts of fucked up stuff. Anyway, oh, also on her live tour, she was like doing gross stuff to kids, not like on stage, just like not appropriate things. Anyway, this is her, I guess, attempt at an apology. I'm sure everyone has at least heard of this if you haven't seen it, and it's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true, though. Just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun? All aboard the...
God damn it, this song's been stuck in my head too, because while the song is bullshit and she's crazy, the hook is pretty good. It's nonsense, and is a complete non sequitur, but still. Angel with $2 says, long-time fan, I don't use Twitch, you rock. Thank you.
Toxic gossip train, you're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train, you got a one-way ticket to manipulation station.
Colleen, they have receipts. They have screenshots.
Toxic gossip train, tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. There's rumors that
It was 2 years ago. It's not even that long ago.
like facts, if you don't mind the gaps, I won't survive.
What gaps, Colleen?
In the crash, but hey, at least you're happy.
No accountability, the song. This is some twee bullshit right here.
Hi everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized...
That line gets to me. Does she actually have a team? They must have all collectively facepalmed if she has an agent or anyone that's actually, like, part of a team, you know? Does she have a PR person? No one must have signed off on this. This is terrible.
That they never said that I couldn't sing what I was saying. So I am, and today I only want to talk about the facts. So
she doesn't, just to preface, she doesn't say any facts in this song, in case you need to know that. Whatever with $5 says this is some psychopathic behavior. What is wrong with her? She's a piece of shit, in my opinion.
I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but
it's not many years ago.
not in a creepy way, like a lot of you are.
Not in a creepy way. In my 30s, I used to talk to minors in a group chat and ask them if how they lost their virginity or if they're still virgins, but I'm not creepy. Oh my god.
Trying to suggest it was more of a loser kind of way.
I'm not a predator, everyone. I'm just a loser like you. Is this endearing? Am I endearing myself to you by self-deprecating and calling myself a loser? Does this complete non sequitur excuse all of the creepy-ass shit that I did to my fucking minor fans, you fucking piece of shit?
I was just trying to be besties with everybody.
I'm just trying to be besties. You know how besties send lingerie to each other all the time?
It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, you know, and there's a weird aunt there, keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?" And you're like, "Ugh." That was me. But in group chats with my fans. It was weird. I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends, but...
Let's take this at face value for a second. Let's pretend that what she's saying is in any way in line with reality. It's not. She's fucking trying to do so much damage control here, but let's think about this for a second. Let's say you did think your fans were your friends or whatever, which isn't a good thing to do, and everyone knows this. Parasocial relationships turning into real relationships is a nightmare. In real life, in your 30s, do you hang out with people who are like 12 and 13, maybe 14? Is that a thing you think is appropriate, Colleen? Because that's an issue completely separate from like the weird parasocial becoming social thing. Are you friends with 13-year-olds in your 30s regularly and telling them all your personal shit? Because that's a fucking problem.
In the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability.
How? How did you take accountability, Colleen? And how is this in any way backing that statement up? It kind of seems like you're doing the opposite.
But that's not very
Beginning of my career, she was doing this 3 years ago. Yeah, she started on YouTube way back in the day. Like, before I was even on there, I think, right?
interesting, is it?
Felix Night Owl with $2 says no response would be better than this, right? What would I do? Here's my great strategy for an apology video about grooming. You don't have to make an apology video for grooming if you never groom anyone. If you never inappropriately talk with minors, or frankly talk with... Why are you as an adult talking to any minor you're not related to? What the fuck is that? GT with $5 says, by the light of Paul, the level of gaslighting from her is off the charts. Let me give you an example. As a non-crazy content creator, okay? You know, people message me relatively often, whether it be on Twitter or other places where there's direct messaging, fans and stuff. Sometimes I'll respond because they're asking for advice, or if they just want to, you know, say like, hey, you know, thank you for the entertainment, or you helped me through this time. You know, I read all of them. I don't always have the time to respond to all of them, but I do read them. Whatever, 3132 with $1. Thank you. You know what I don't do? I don't respond to anyone who's a minor. One time, for instance, someone messaged me and they were like, oh, like, I'm, you know, such a big fan of yours. Can we talk or whatever? And I could see their age. This was, I think, on Facebook. And I was like, hey, you know, thanks for being a fan, but, like, I'm not talking to a minor. There's just, like, no. And also, I said, like, maybe don't message adults on the internet that you don't know. Like, I'm sure that you have nothing but, like, good whatever, but people are going to take advantage of you. Don't do this. And I blocked that person. And that's what you do. That's what you do. You don't engage with minors. This is what do you even stand to gain, right? I'm 29. I'm not even 30 yet. I don't know what to talk to a 13-year-old about. I don't know what to talk to a 20-year-old about. Like, my life experiences are so fundamentally different. And I understand if you have, like, nieces or nephews or godkids, of course you're gonna have relationships with them. But, like, random kids? Why? I will get nothing from that. Whatever with $5 says parasocial relationships shouldn't turn into real relationships. How did you meet Baja again, Hannah? It would be different if, like, how do I put this? It would be different if, like, Baja had been someone in chat that I had talked to a bunch. But really, I met Baja through Twitter, and I didn't know about, like, her existence basically until we started talking on Twitter. You know what I mean? So for her, she had seen me, but it wasn't like some super fan thing, you know? Smith Black with $5 says, what are the odds she gets away from this without consequences? I don't know. I'm kind of surprised her show's still on Netflix. I thought it was going to get pulled.
So let's go on the toxic gossip train.
Yeah, also being well into our adulthoods is pretty good. But...
the locomotives fueled with hateful accusations. The toxic gossip train.
I'll check it out, Dark Beast.
Steamroll over someone's reputation. Toxic gossip train. Hop on board but close your eyes, otherwise you'll realize that the train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die, but hey, at least you're having fun.
Fuck off, you smug, fucking ridiculous rich asshole. I just don't get this shit, guys. If I got a Netflix deal, if I had Netflix money or this level of success, I don't. Why is everyone with success the worst fucking person?
In all seriousness, I do think it's really important.
There's new allegations about her being racist on the set of the show. Oh, I read about them. Not good.
To hold people accountable for their mistakes. You know, we should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. And this is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh. I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you...
No, they would like apologies, Colleen. The people who look back on your behavior and see it as really creepy and inappropriate and feel that you preyed on them as children and also used them for free labor on top of all this. Guys, she had like a 13-year-old running her Twitter at one point. Like, before you start saying, like, oh, you don't even want an apology, you haven't apologized. You have apologized zero. You have taken none of these accusations seriously. You have not once, like, been like, yeah, a lot of this stuff happened and, like, hey, you know, whatever. All you've done is downplay it. All you have done is downplay it and try and recontextualize your actions into being benign when they weren't.
You despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize...
Dramatize your lies. What lies, Colleen? If there were lies, A, you could sue them, but you're not going to do that because they're not fucking lies, and literally there's receipts. Or, in this video, you would directly refute things, which you don't. Because you don't have any refutation. You have a fucking ukulele.
Their demise. Yeah. I feel like I can already hear the comments on this video. She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat.
Did you know that if you lampshade people, then you literally can't try and like, if you say that people are going to call you manipulative, then literally nothing you do can be manipulation because you preempted it. So I can't be manipulative because I said you were going to call me manipulative for being manipulative. So because I said you were going to call me manipulative while I was being manipulative, now you can't call me manipulative even though I'm being manipulative because I said you were going to do that. Come on. Come on.
I would never make a mistake. Oh.
You know, I've never been in a group chat full of children. I've not made that quote-unquote mistake. Don't think that's something you fall into.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made from your perfect past and stab me repeatedly in my bony little back. I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song.
Guys, she called it shitty. It's endearing because she's self-deprecating. That shit doesn't work in this scenario.
I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout.
What did they make up? What was made up, Colleen? Interesting how you're not saying anything specific.
Hey everybody, I found someone new to harass. She did some things that I do not like in her past, so everybody...
I don't like that she inappropriately spoke to minor children.
Gather round, 'cause we're about...
GT with a $5 super chat says, whoa, what? Yeah, I may not be perfect, but I've also never traded sexually charged images with minors!
To attack, but not based on facts. Oh no. Your loaded lethal weapon is...
They literally posted pictures, Colleen.
Your fingers on the key.
Let's find some of the screenshots. Colleen Ballinger screenshots. This will probably come up. Colleen Ballinger snark. Oh boy, of course this is a subreddit already. Here are screenshots from the Weenies group chat. Here are some screenshots from this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's some screenshots. Let's find it. Can I click? There we go. Do I have to do this? How do I go next? Do I literally have to do... Back to grid view? How fucking annoying. She frequently use... No, I want the specific screenshots. There we go. My buck teeth came back. Asking 12-year-olds for pics. My buck teeth came back. My ass looks so good today, y'all. How are your teeth still straight? Did you have those metal ones? Colleen asks for pics. He won't do anything, and if he does, boo. She says, he lied to everyone and said I cheated. When would I cheat when I was working 24 hours a day? This is when she's talking to the minors about her divorce. She and her husband, her first husband, got divorced because she may or may not have been cheating with him with someone who was playing someone on her Netflix show. Weenies group chat? Yeah, the name of their group chat was Weenies. Complaining about her marriage more. I'm trying to see if there's more in here. That's the sexual stuff. Oh, wait. That was her. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't realize. Okay. It means Josh has a small penis. I believe Josh was her ex-husband. The penis pinky. Colleen says Eric is ripped. Lucky bitch. King of abs. Body, odie. Colleen, again in this group chat, says, tell me what move I should make on ball cocker, cock blocker, stock dick. Someone else says suck his dick. Okay, I'm gonna go to him and say, hi, Patrice, I'm ready to stress eat your wiener, so show me your ball cocker. Thanks for the advice. Good lord. Also, everyone at the meet and greet was 6 years old besides blank. LOL. Yikes. So I think that's that one. There's more. Oh, this was people talking about her, I think. Sorry, I should have gotten this together beforehand. They're like hours and hours long video essays with all the receipts and shit. Oh, yeah. This is when she was asking people in her group chat to get dirt on a minor because he was exposing her for some of this shit. So she was trying to get dirt. Kind of like what Illuminati did. God damn. Anyway, back to her stupid fucking apology.
Yes, you don't
Sorry, I didn't have those receipts right away. Apologies.
need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick in the click and bam. My reputation's deceased.
Colleen, it's your fucking fault.
I also wanted to take a minute to talk about that girl Miranda sings. You know the one. Yeah, her.
The character that you play?
She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way.
Children are the primary audience of your videos, Colleen. And she says in here that she doesn't appear in the YouTube Kids app. But I don't think that's true. Hold on. Let me see. YouTubekids.com. Can I get Colleen's videos? Maybe not now. I don't know if they removed them from the Kids app already. I'm a kid. Go ask a parent to set up YouTube Kids. Fuck. Hold on. I'm a parent? Oh, God, fucking safety controls. Hold on, let me change this so I can show YouTube fucking Kids. Next. Ew. Oh my god, I don't...
Now you can sign in.
I don't have kids, I just need to use your app, YouTube. Waiting for a video. Your Netflix show was rated PG? Oh yeah. The idea that her show is like not marketed to kids is wild. Alright, oh my god. Accept the fucking terms. Fine. Yup. Log in. Almost done, guys. We're almost there. I don't care. What's the... Let's name a fake kid. Farkle? Farkle? Fart face. Farkle fart face. Age... 10. Birth month? December. Turn search on. Okay, let's see if we can find Farkle Fart Face 10 years old. Done. Okay. Can we go? There we go. YouTube Kids. Miranda sings. Oh my god, look, it's Miranda sings fucking shit on YouTube Kids. Oh my god. Look at all of fucking Miranda's fucking presence on YouTube Kids. Look it. She's here! Alright, when she's about to say she's not on YouTube Kids, bear in mind she's fucking lying.
And that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app.
Literally, we just watched it. We literally just saw it.
Anyway, I didn't realize it was my responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families.
You know, You have the power to set who your content is for on YouTube. For those who don't know, YouTube, because of the law, requires you to say who your content is for. For instance, my material, I set as mature, because I understand that my content isn't okay for children. So I set it so kids can't see it, right? She could do this. She chooses not to.
Watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows. Now, have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes.
Have you ever seen anyone doing this where they ask themselves easy hypothetical questions, or not even hypothetical? They give themselves questions that are basically straw man questions to answer themselves, to make themselves look better, when in reality those aren't actually the questions anyone is asking. It's disingenuous. It's an annoying rhetorical tool that makes you look like a tool.
Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes. Am I sad?
Are these things being characterized as dumb mistakes?
Fans who feel betrayed? Yes. Was my intention to manipulate? No. It doesn't really matter what my intention was, because it seems as though everyone's already...
Yeah, in terms of, like, sharing sexual things with children, your intention isn't super relevant, correct? I'm glad that you see that. I know you're being sarcastic, because you're a fucking idiot, but correct. Being inappropriate with children, your reasons don't really matter. Like, that's just objectively true.
Decided on that. Let me tell you, it's not very fun to have...
Is there a place to put up puppy pics on Discord? Yeah, there's like a cute pet section, I think.
Millions of people all over the world call you the most vile, horrendous, disgusting cats.
Okay. I think I'm done. I can't watch more of this shit. Awful. So that's Colleen being full of fucking shit.
Insurance. What's the emergency?
There's a line where she says, "The only thing I've groomed are my 2 Persian cats."
As soon as you get the information I'm requesting, I'll give you the information you're requesting. There is no emergency.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, what do you need from, what was the reason you pulled me over?
License, registration, proof, insurance.
What was the reason you pulled me over, sir?
Like I say, as soon as I get the information I'm requesting, you get the information you're requesting.
Well, I need to know what reason you pulled me over.
Okay, and I'm telling you that that's not how it works. Okay, when you give me the information I'm requesting,
Discord link. Let me try and get it. None of the commands work here, do they? Because I don't do those through Twitch. I use them through. Let's try. Nope. Okay. Let me get it. I wonder how I have to set up the bot to work on YouTube too. Let's see. Link. Why can't I find it? It's gotta be an easy way to do this, right? Invite people. There it is. There's the link for the Discord.
Information you request.
What's your name and badge number?
2015 Ram TK. Tax expired 10/8/22. He's showing not valid. That's valid on
Good. I need your license, your registration, your proof of insurance.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
My name is Officer Ross, 110. Well,
Okay.
107, sorry.
Okay, what's the reason you pulled me over?
You can go ahead and send me another unit. I'm going to ask you for your license.
Send the supervisor, sir.
On the way.
Okay,
Your license, your registration, your proof of insurance. Are you going to give it to me, or do you
I don't know why. I don't know why you pulled me over for.
As soon as I get the information I'm requesting, you will get that information.
Well, I'm
That's
not
not
gonna
how it
give you nothing that's incriminating me. I mean,
It's not incriminating.
Am I
It's a
under
traffic
arrest?
stop. You are detained right now. Yes, you are.
for what?
Traffic violation.
I'm not in commerce, sir. I'm traveling.
Okay, I understand. Guess what? You're on Ohio roadways.
Uh-huh.
You're required to have a tag on your trailer. You do not.
I'm traveling, sir.
How would you know that by the way you were coming?
50 mile an hour. On the radar, that's a 35-mile-an-hour zone back there.
I'm not engaged in interstate commerce.
Okay. You are. This is Ohio.
How would he know
No,
about
sir,
the
I'm
tag on
traveling.
your
I have a
trailer?
right to travel.
He was facing us.
You're on Ohio roadways.
I have a right to travel.
Okay, so, like I say, I need your license,
Well, sir,
your
I don't.
registration, and your proof of insurance. You can give those to me, or you can be arrested
For what?
for obstructing official business.
Sir, I'm not. I don't know what I've done wrong. I haven't done anything wrong.
I just told you the 3 violations I have.
Well-
Your tags are also expired.
But you wouldn't have known that
Just a bit.
by
Fine.
driving
I
towards
don't
us.
have any contract with the state of Ohio.
Okay, you do.
No, I don't. I'm traveling in my private property.
Understand.
I'm not engaged in commerce whatsoever.
For like YouTube live streaming more than Twitch, they're just different. Twitch has better tools, I think, for creators, but like it's fine.
I understand your outlook on it. That's not how Ohio law reads. Okay.
Okay, well, write me a ticket and do whatever you got to do.
As soon as you give me your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance, we can go that route.
Well, I don't know what else. What you know? I'm not gonna give you anything.
Yeah, we're up to 305 viewers, so we're doing good.
Incriminate me
It's
in
not
court.
incriminate. You have to do it.
Twitch has better tools for mods too. Yeah.
It is Ohio law.
No, when I'm not.
The funny thing is, I think if YouTube really stepped up its game, like Twitch is doing enough dumb stuff and like ruining goodwill with creators and viewers that like if YouTube really revamped its streaming stuff and made it a little more intuitive, made it a little more up to date, a lot of it looks like streaming stuff from like a decade ago. Like it seems like they haven't updated their streaming UI in a really long time, and it's annoying. But whatever. They're doing what they're doing.
You're breaking the law.
It is. You broke the law. I locked you in at 50 mile an hour. It's a 35
Which is
mile an hour
commerce,
zone.
right? It's a traffic.
No.
Traffic is commerce.
Expiration date on that was 11/8/2012.
Okay.
This is my private property, sir. I have a right to travel.
Okay. Well, I understand the way you see.
That's the way the Constitution sees it.
Okay. No, that's not.
Yes,
okay.
it is,
Ohio
sir.
law was what you have to follow.
The Constitution is what you
Okay,
took
are
the
you
oath
going-
of.
The Constitution's 10th Amendment says that states can make laws, right? And states have laws for driver's licenses and license plates, etc.
You can give me the documents that I'm requesting,
did you-
or are you going to be arrested?
For what? What would you arrest
For
me for?
obstructing. I just told you that.
I don't have the documents to give you. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want.
Your license.
Then you're driving without a license, which is illegal.
I don't need a license, sir.
You do.
You are driving on an Ohio roadway.
I am
You
traveling.
must-
I am not driving.
You are driving.
I am traveling.
You are driving.
Well.
Okay, step up.
Surprised he even got out of the car.
Right here.
Under arrest.
I don't have consent to any searches.
All right, they're still gonna pat you down because they're arresting you.
So I'll explain it the best I can to you. Sergeant Masters called the chief. Chief called the prosecutor.
Prosecutor
Dupree.
Randy Dupree.
He said that in order to get the truck out, they can't waive anything here. You still have to pay tow and storage for the truck, although you've paid for the trailer or some on the trailer at one point. Did you pay like $210?
$219 I paid to get my truck, and then they wouldn't release it after I paid it.
Okay, so there's some type of money discrepancy there, but according to the prosecutor, you have to pay those fees to get it out, and you can have it towed. If you do wish to drive it, you have to provide license, plates, and insurance.
Okay. So it seems to have happened. This is the same guy. This is a video from a week after the previous video. Seems like his case was dismissed. However, his vehicle is still an impound, and if he wants to get it out of impound, at least if he wants to drive it off the lot, he needs to provide license, insurance, and registration, which are all things that are required to drive on the public roadways in the United States. So, that's kind of funny. His case was dismissed, but in order to get his shit back, he still has to comply with the law. Nice.
So they took Dupree's order over top of the judge's order? Basically?
The judge said these things can be released to you, that does not mean that they can be released to you with you breaking the law.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, the prosecutor gave us that advice.
Okay. All righty, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna save this guy in case more stuff happens with this. Interesting. Sovereign citizens. Saved. Oh, this is like a conspiracy about... Oh, soup. Thanks for $1. Recently-ish, sometime in the last year, I don't remember exactly when. For those who don't know, at Disney, there is a show called Phantasmic, the climax of which involves a large animatronic dragon that shoots fire. Recently, there was an accident. I don't believe anyone was injured, but it was either the hydraulic fluid for the animatronic, or it was like the actual flammable stuff that's used for the pyrotechnics in it. Something flammable began leaking from the animatronic, and the whole thing lit on fire. Again, I don't think anyone got injured. I think everything was fine. It was just an accident. They were able to get the fire out. Everything's fine. This conspiracy theorist thinks something's sus, though.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
Yo, guys, it's on fire! What? This is crazy!
Oh! Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Matt. This is the Disneyland California Phantasmic show of just a few days ago. I'm never the first to break stuff, guys. Maybe there's been hundreds of videos about this on Truth channels and other channels you watch. I have no idea. I don't watch anything.
Truth channels.
But I want to talk about it. I want to say a few things, and then we'll go on to other topics. I'm also going to be a little bit roundabout because I want to err on the side of this video loading. This, oh, by the way, it was the very last performance of Phantasmic. The very last performance.
Is it? Like, was that planned? Or did this cement, like, hey, we're not going to put the money into fixing this, so fuck it. Dr. Gamble says, now I'm having flashbacks to the I Eat Kids moment in Gravity Falls. Underrated show. Neneline says, sorry I can't give more. I've been binging your Sobsit and conspiracy streams a lot this past year, especially to fall asleep to. Well, thank you, and don't ever apologize. No one is obligated to give me donations for the show. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you appreciate the content.
Disneyland, California. This is ridiculous. In the comments, it's so horrible to call the comments. Everybody's in the comment section is fully believing in what is being presented here. You've got to be kidding me.
Do you think animatronics never malfunction?
Guys,
have you ever been to Disney?
Good fire retardant materials, not just asbestos, have been around since the mid-50s.
Again, fluid caught on fire. Flammable fluid caught on fire here. I don't know how much of this is the actual animatronic being on fire. I mean, it's on fire. But you know, like when there's flammable fluid on something, the fluid will light up even if the material itself is not flammable? Like if I took gasoline and poured it on cement, cement isn't flammable, but it'll be on fire if I put an accelerant on it and light a match, you know?
The mid-50s. This is a pyrotechnic show with fire everywhere. At one point, the entire lake is burning in front. Now, the dragon does not breathe.
Disney put Phantasmic on hiatus until Labor Day? Okay, so it's literally just, it's paused until they fix it. That makes sense. I was kind of surprised because I thought I would have heard if they were canceling Phantasmic. It's like a really long-running show at Disney World and Land.
And shoot fire. I watched a few old performances, a year, 2, 3 years old. This performance, I think, goes back almost 14 years, or at least the use of this dragon in this show called Phantasmic. It doesn't shoot flames, it sparks and things like that. But overall, it's a, quote, pyrotechnic show with flames everywhere. So let me get this straight. They didn't think to use fire retardant material.
Pretty sure they did. That's why the thing isn't immediately a big cindering mess. It takes quite a while to burn. Again, it has accelerant all throughout it. It's literally a mechanism that moves around. And the mouth is basically a flamethrower. Like, if a flamethrower leaked, the whole thing would be on fire.
Guys, it's the last one. You know what I'm going to say. Of course. It's blank, blank, blah, 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 not an accident. I mean, give me a break. Who could possibly buy into this as legitimate? Look at the guy with he's got a garden hose. Bottom left. This guy's shooting a garden hose. But no,
it's not a garden hose.
They said, if you read the reports...
I don't know if you know this, but they don't just have random garden hoses laying around. I imagine that's something they had in case of emergency, but it's not a very good thing. I imagine they waited for an actual fire department.
CNN and everything. It was the Anaheim fire company that came in and put everything out. So let me get the Anaheim Fire Company. That's what the report said. Disneyland itself does not have a fire company for 30,000 patrons a day. Or I mean, come on. It says at CNN the Anaheim, the city of Anaheim Fire Company.
I don't think it would really. Would it make like, it's not like Disneyland's on fire every day. Like, would it make sense economically to have a fire department in-house when you can just have the Anaheim Fire Department do it? Like, that's a weird thing to say.
I guess that what they just showed there, all they got there is a garden hose. It was unforeseen. There could ever be a fire in the park.
Disney World has its own fire department. That's because it's a huge property. Yeah, Disney World is basically its own. If you've never been to Disney World in Florida, it's almost like the Vatican. It's almost like an independent city-state in the middle of Orlando. But Disneyland is much smaller, so no, they don't function like that.
All by design. And the commenters just, nobody could possibly see this the way we're seeing this.
I don't even understand. What does he think that, like, if this was a conspiracy, to what end? Like, what's the point?
Comments. I mean, sometimes maybe we go too far. Matt, everything is, it could be legitimate. Not everything is cake in a lay, but usually we're right. I mean,
are you?
Again, you get this weird set of circumstances. What are the chances the very last performance? The thing completely goes up and down in flame in less than a minute. I, many times, struggle to light my wood stove if the wood is a little bit wet. And
again, it's supposed to shoot fire. It's full of flammable liquid that spilled everywhere. That's why it's on fire. Discordant Vol, thanks for $5.
And I'm trying to
like the video for the algorithm.
Light a fire. The wood's been aged for over a year. It's a little wet, and it smokes, and I only used one little fire starter, and I'm trying to light a fire, and I can't. It just takes me, finally, after 30 minutes, things dry out, and it starts to go. This whole thing goes up and down in flames in less than a minute. Come on, man. Come on.
It's almost like there's an accelerant that accelerated.
Sir, give me a break. For those that agree with my take on this, and you know, it's pretty obvious, and I'm sure there's been a lot of other videos. Again, I didn't know about this. I generally live in a cave. But inside our general agreement will be a lot of disagreement. First grade truthers will come forth and say, Matt, you watch the movie reviewers. The Mandalorian's bombing. LucasArts is bombing. All Disney movies have bombed. They're losing money like crazy. 7,000 layoffs over the next few weeks. The stock's down $5 billion. They need to generate this type of publicity, Matt. And look at it. It's going viral.
Do you think one of their primary shows, their most famous live show, bursting into an enormous flaming dragon is good publicity for them?
We're talking about it, and others are talking about it, and the show's still going on in Orlando and other places. It's just being closed down in Disneyland, Anaheim it is.
Yeah, because the main set piece burnt. You were showing video.
So this is a publicity stunt.
Like, this would be like if you said, like, isn't it suspicious that the day after 9/11, no one had to come into work at the World Trade Center? Like, no, the thing broke. Like, obviously, like, they can't run the show until this gets fixed. It's not suspicious.
To make money. Yeah. Come on, sir. If you have a seat at the creepy table, come on now. It's never... One more time. I guess I'll say it again in the future. It's never about money. Sure, this could be... It's above my pay grade, whatever symbolism is trying to be accomplished here, or potentially it is a message that... It is a message about Disneyland or Disney World itself and what the Not Milk's intention is for Disney over 5 or 10 years. I mean, who knows? But we'll disagree on the symbolism, but is it a park accident? Look, there's the guy with his garden hose again at the bottom. I mean, come on. Let's move on. Don't worry, this has not become an entertainment news channel. This episode bot is about entertainment news. This is a stuffed Lenin that I need to talk about. Just what the world needs. Another Willy Wonka coming out in December.
I also get, like, remakes and prequels and stuff overdone, but you're acting like we get a new Willy Wonka movie, like, every 2 years, like he's Spider-Man or Batman. There have been 2 Willy Wonka movies ever. One was in the 70s, which was, like, 50 years ago. One was in the early 2000s. What year did that come out? Like, 2005? Charlie and the Chocolate... 2005? So it's been 18 years since we got an adaptation of any Willy Wonka thing. Like, that's not crazy. That's, if anything, underutilization of an IP based on general Hollywood studio standards. Into the Wonkaverse.
It's just called Wonka. 20...
Yeah, it's like a prequel or something. It probably won't be good, but I do like the guy who's actually playing Willy Wonka, so... Probably won't be good, though. Who's been like, oh, what's the origin of Willy Wonka? Other than Tim Burton.
23. What's the kid's name? I gotta look over here. Timothy Chalamet. He was the kid in Dune. He plays Wonka. It's as a stuffed Lenin, folks. The occult nature of this is very important to them. No,
the occult nature of Willy Wonka?
No doubt about it. Now, the first one was Gene Wilder. Fine. Let's just say that's all there was. Hey, it was different. It has its place in motion picture history. You just call it motion history. Okay, it was creepy. It was dark. But to do it again... Okay, Johnny Depp comes back. But to do it a third time, it just gives it away. It is a stuffed Lenin. They need this thing artificial.
I gotta look this up. I've never heard this term before. Stuffed Lenin. Meaning. I assume it's like a reference, again, to like Lenin's corpse, but like what is he using that for in terms of this Urban Dictionary? Esteban with a super chat says, long-time viewer, first time ever catching you live, so here's a thank you for the entertainment. Your shows are very interesting. Best to you and Baja. Thank you. I don't even see it on Urban Dictionary, so I don't know what he's referencing. I've not heard that used in conspiracy circles before.
Carried through time for each generation. I don't really care to go back and study Wonka. Why? I know people have made videos relating Willy Wonka actually to the movie Snowpiercer.
He owned a candy factory, people stole his shit, he decided to go on a trip, found the Oompa Loompas, made a secluded factory, Wonka's whole backstory, all the movies told it. I guess I more meant like the childhood aspect. Obviously we know like he had a candy factory, but I'm talking about like how did he even get interested in candy? Like why did he decide to do this? That's the thing Tim Burton went into, and it was weird daddy issue stuff.
Yeah, the train snow. One of the most interesting videos I've seen in years. I saw it many years ago. Was this guy related Snowpiercer surviving on the train going around a world of ice to Willy Wonka? I think he was like, well, this character here is Veruca Salt in Wonka, but this is Veruca Salt on the train. It was interesting. Whatever it is, there is a reason.
But that's just a
why the creeps have to
theory. A film theory.
Carry this Willy Wonka, Charlie and what is wrong with me? Charlie and Chocolate Factory today. Wonka. There's a reason they have to carry it artificially through time. Occult reasons that they understand.
It's a famous book that gets adapted. Like Matilda, another Roald Dahl book, was also adapted into a film version of a musical that was adapted from the book. And there's also been an adaptation of that from the 90s that was directed by the Trash Man. What's his name? Danny DeVito.
Now, I was going to say, it's not about money. It's definitely not. It would be made either way. That doesn't mean it's not going to be the one film every decade that's pretty good or interesting.
It's not every decade, sir. The first one was 50 years ago. The second one was 20 years ago.
Or this kid Chalamet has done a good job in the past. I mean, maybe it will make $500 million or whatever. It doesn't mean it can't make money, but it's not made for that reason. That's obvious at this point when you do 3 of these. And the first one with Gene Wilder was so dark and had the different types of potential symbolism and meaning that I don't care to look at, but I've seen others look at it, and it's very interesting. And they're bringing, what is his name, Hugh Grant? Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa. He's an Oompa Loompa in the 2023 version.
Okay.
Whew, what is going on with the new character?
Why is that weird? I assume it'll be like CG characters. I'm assuming the Oompa Loompas are going to be like CG animated creations.
That they have him playing, although he was very, very good in a very interesting and good movie called The Gentleman. I believe it was called recently. The Gentleman. Very similar to the theme of like a Snatch or a Pulp Fiction type thing. The final thing that gives this away is a stuffed Lennon. I'm changing it to stuffed lemon, guys. Lemon. Because I don't want any issues. Matt, you don't have to hobo code that. Who knows? You know what it is by now. It's a stuffed lemon. Boy, that'll confuse the heck out of anybody new. What is in stuffed Lennon? They have anybody new, Matt, has a firm understanding of what you mean by that? I hear you. All right. Here's what really gives it away, guys. I mean, Willy Wonka or whatever this one was, Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder, whatever they called that first one. It was kind of old by my standards.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was made in like 1973. 1971. Damn
it. I'm over 50. I'm not sure when it came out, but it's
71.
Seems old to me. Nobody under age 40 gives a crap about Charlie and the Chocolate.
Wait, do you think kids these days don't watch or read? For one thing, it's an adaptation of a children's book. Books don't age nearly as quickly as films do because it's not a visual medium and you can imagine things in your head. So Roald Dahl books are still popular, to my understanding. They've been popular for decades and decades and decades. Also, that's like saying The Wizard of Oz is irrelevant because that movie came out in the 1930s. Like, there are some movies that are considered virtually timeless. I'm sure that's not literally true. As time goes on, I'm sure these things will become obscure themselves. But, like, I grew up watching Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland, and that movie's from like 1935. I grew up watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Again, or sorry, Charlie and the whatever the original 71 version was of the adaptation. Because it was something that was a kids movie that's considered timeless, or at the very least parents showed it to me because it's something they'd like. Like, kids watch older movies.
Factory, Willy Wonka, this whole story. Nobody under age 25
Kenny.
even knows what you're talking about with this story.
People are familiar with the character of Willy Wonka. Literally, well, no, that might be too specific. I shouldn't say that.
This is something like my grandparents have been dead for 20...
There was... I literally, without context, I saw someone dressed as Willy Wonka yesterday. It was a gender swap Willy Wonka. It was really cute costume. Anyway, people know who Willy Wonka is.
20-some years, they would relate to this, or they would know this story. No, underage 20...
I feel like at this point, Willy Wonka has such cultural, like, pervasiveness that it's almost like Zorro, or, what's a good example? Sherlock Holmes, Dracula. Like, a character that's in media and referenced enough that even if you haven't seen it, you have a vague idea. Like, I think people know, like, oh, Willy Wonka, the chocolate guy, Candyman, you know? I think people are familiar.
You're a teenager, or a 23-year-old, or 25-year-old, like, what the hell is this? It may need to be carried through time because of the underlying or fundamental truths that it could tell real people.
It's literally just studios trying to milk an IP.
Real spirits like us. Again, guys, my half page is set. I don't care what the underlying message is in a Willy Wonka or the golden ticket. We could probably have used it, or if I would have analyzed it 10 years ago or something. It's not going to change my half page. I just don't care. But the reality, maybe the creeps by contract have to keep putting out messages to see who can pay attention. You know, we're past this. I'm not going to go back and study the original.
That's true. Yeah, Star Wars is almost as old as Willy Wonka, the movie.
Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka for Truth Drops.
Half page. That ties into something he made a video about where he's like, if I had to explain the entirety of conspiratorial reality to you in half a page, what would it be? It's a whole bullshit thing. When he says half page, he basically means worldview. Worldview.
It's not going to change my half page. And finally, I'm staring at the same image you're looking at as I do this segment. The Johnny Depp character where he played Willy Wonka. This is not only Johnny Depp's worst character, it's one of the most cringeworthy things that's ever been laid down on film.
Yeah, it's a bad performance, I agree. It's not a cult or anything, it's just a bad choice. Also, fuck Johnny Depp.
It potentially could be the worst character adaptation in movie history. There is nothing that's more obnoxious, annoying, and cringeworthy than Johnny Depp's role or his take on Willy Wonka. And it says Johnny Depp, they say, doesn't look at his own characters. He won't go back and watch himself as Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy? He won't do anything. I think that happened after Wonka. Because after you play the worst character in movie history, you'll never go back and look at yourself again if you're an actor.
I don't think Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka is the worst character in movie history.
You just get pulled in front of a courtroom and have a complete public beef with your girlfriend over nothing. Let's look at the headlines for just a few minutes. I'm not sure what's here. The DeSantis Disney thing got my attention.
Okay, that's enough of him. He's off the Willy Wonka topic.
Alright guys, so I got stopped by the Boston police. I was literally just about to head out. Just got done visiting my friend, so they look like they're like being kind of strict, so I just wanted to go live. Yeah. I actually have the Constitution in the window here, sir, and American jurisprudence, the conflicts of law. You know, I'm actually an investigator with the National Action Task Force.
Right. I don't know what that is or what that means. But you need to have a driver's license or some kind of registration on this car.
Yeah. I'm totally legit, sir.
Yeah, I don't believe you are, sir.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? What state?
I'm a traveler.
What state were you traveling before this?
I just drove from South Carolina.
Oh my God, he said he drove. We got him. We got him, chat. He drives.
From here.
Up to here?
Yeah. I'm visiting a friend here in Boston.
Have I seen the video of a MAGA supporter praying to Trump during a stop? Yes, I've seen it. It wasn't even just a traffic stop.
All right, guys. So
that I believe was, he was kidnapping his kids, like a custody dispute thing where he had kidnapped kids that he wasn't the legal guardian of.
By the Boston police. I was literally against the conflicts of law. You know, I'm actually an investigator with the National Action Task Force.
Right. I don't know what that is or what that means, but you need to have a driver's license or some kind of registration on this car.
Yeah. I'm totally legit, sir.
Yeah, I don't believe you are, sir.
Yeah.
Where are you coming from? What state?
I'm a traveler.
What state were you traveling before this?
I just drove from South Carolina from here.
Up to here?
Yeah. I'm visiting a friend here in Boston.
Well,
So-
you have nothing on you, no ID or anything like that.
Yeah, I do. Sir, this is my private identification. I tried to hand it to you multiple times.
Though, you know what I mean?
Sir,
So you don't have a driver's license?
I've canceled my contracts with the government, so you guys
Xenolegs, thanks for a $10 donation.
no longer have jurisdiction to, prosecute and tow my vehicle because it's no longer under your jurisdiction. I've canceled all my Sir, I know the Constitution, okay?
You don't have to reach
No, sir, guys, just relax, okay?
We're fine, I'm fine, we're relaxed.
You're on Instagram Live. I have about 50,000 followers, and I don't. No, sir, I'm a traveler.
I understand. Can you step out for me?
Sir,
You already said you drive. If you were going for the driver, or I travel, not drive, you already failed. You said you were driving.
have I done anything wrong?
Not that it matters. Those are bullshit fake rules you guys made up anyway, but still, even in your own rule set, you lost.
No, we're trying to figure that out, but right now you have no license. I don't know who you are and your car's unregistered.
Yeah, but that's not a crime, sir. So, okay, and since you are escalating, can you please get your sergeant out here?
It's hilarious when they're like, I have X followers, like I don't think they care. That's so obnoxious. Like, I don't care if you have 10 million subscribers. This has nothing to do with anything going on. What are you talking about? Like, being famous on YouTube, whether we're talking about, like, PewDiePie YouTube famous or, like, niche internet micro-celebrity famous, general public doesn't know who you are. True fame doesn't really exist very much anymore. Like, the only people that are universally recognized are, like, people who are in the biggest movies in the world. Like Robert Downey Jr. And that's even a reference that's, like, some years old. I'm just saying, like, I don't think universal fame is really a thing for entertainers anymore. It's not the 60s. We don't only have 3 channels, you know? Regardless of whether or not you're actually big or not, people probably don't know who you are.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. And since you are gonna physically remove me from my vehicle,
I only say that because I watched another Sovsit video, or maybe it wasn't even a Sovsit video, it was just like a traffic stop video, where some TikTok influencer got pulled over in his, like, pink Mercedes or something, and he was being such a cunt about it. He also allegedly pistol whipped someone. Don't do that while driving a pink sports car. They'll catch you. That's a pretty rare car.
so you have to take my notice because this is public notice to your agency, and it becomes incumbent and advantageous for you to read it because it's legal.
I didn't hear whatever's going on because my headphone popped out.
Hold on. So you have to take my notice because this is public notice to your agency, and it becomes incumbent and advantageous for you to read it because it's legally binding. From the moment I hand you this, it's legally binding. So take.
That's not how contracts work.
Take this, sir.
No, I didn't get banned. People are doing a boycott of Twitch until the 4th. So I am also testing the waters to see if doing some YouTube streams every once in a while would be a cool thing to do on top of Twitch.
So he's refusing to take my documents here.
Okay, he can do that.
What's your name and your badge number, sir? What's your name, sir? Sir, what's your name?
My name's Al.
What's your badge number?
636.
Thank you, sir. You're the conducting officer in this incident?
Now I am. I'm calling a supervisor.
All right, here you go. Here's,
again, I don't need that, sir.
see, that's actually it's actually illegal for him to refuse a public notice. It's actually reckless negligence because now if he violates my rights, he's liable for damages, and we will be filing damages for. I'm just a traveler, man. I live in my van, dog, and I'm just standing up for my rights in a world full of oppression. I turned on my interior lights and put down my windows so you guys. Right. I'm just.
I saw the license plate. We the
Yeah,
people.
we the people, man. You got.
Talk to you.
Yeah, you've taken an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, bro.
You want to defend the other drivers on the road who might be, because you don't have insurance or anything.
Yeah,
right?
yes, I do, sir. If you would take a minute, I have.
Show me insurance.
I am legally bonded under a silver bond. I am
under a silver bond.
I am indemnified. I am totally legal. Okay, I'm trying to explain to you, sir. You're just disregarding me because. Listen, you have been hired to enforce public policy. I've canceled those contracts. I am now.
There's no contract necessary for the law to apply to you.
Now a private.
So what do you do in the winter? Do you drive this car in the winter?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You shovel the roads yourself?
Med time.
No, there's no.
Take your meds if you need to.
You want to travel in the winter.
HJR 192, Public Law 73-10. They did away with money in 1933, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What'd you buy?
How do you pay for goods and services then?
Car with.
Fiat.
The only kind of money is gold. Okay. Well, I can buy things with fiat currency, so you can keep gold if you'd like. DoorDash doesn't take gold.
Currency, because it's the accepted method of exchange today.
So it's currency. That's the definition of currency.
You know, I'm just trying to explain to you, sir. You're not willing to take my document.
Fiat exchange 1933.
Yeah.
You get away with money. You're traveling from South Carolina and into Thomas. I'm hearing you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hearing you work for
And
the
I'm-
NEA Action Trust, right? You got open container gasoline in your car, which is not really good. It's very dangerous. You know, we're just concerned about you.
All right, appreciate your concern, sir. I'm not trying to. I'm just standing up for my rights. You know, you don't have any rights if you don't stand for them. You know, and see how
Vance Rawson, thanks for the $10 super chat.
you could easily violated me, and if I would allow you to, the general public just allows you to do that. You actually broke the law by opening my door.
I did, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, you did. You can't do that. I didn't give you permission. You need a constitutionally lawful warrant in order to touch my property.
That's not true. I don't know if the cop was supposed to open his door necessarily, but you do not need a warrant to touch someone's car?
You cannot deprive me of my property or without due process of law, sir.
I understand.
Him touching your car is depriving you of due process?
So am I being detained right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually $10,000 per incident if you don't have a constitutionally lawful warrant signed.
No, Argonian bum, I'm good. I'm just doing this until the 4th, and I'm also testing YouTube streams for different audiences.
Signed by a magistrate judge in wet ink. You can't illegally detain me unless you have reasonable articulate suspicion.
Reasonable articulable suspicion. He does.
That I'm in the process of committing a crime.
You don't have insurance. Presumably he ran your plate, if you even have one, and found you don't have insurance. You said you have a silver bond, which I assume to you think means you have a bond specifically that you bought that is in some way tied to silver, so that if you ever got in an accident, you could cash in the bond and pay for whatever repairs. That's not what's required by law. You are required to have insurance. Even if you're Mark Zuckerberg and you're a billionaire, you have to have auto insurance, otherwise you're going to get fined, you're going to get your car taken. It's a thing that you need to do. That's the reasonable articulable suspicion. I ran your plate, and I saw you didn't have insurance on this vehicle. Not registered? There you go. There's another one. Soup with $2 says, love your streams. Good background noise while I code. Well, I'm glad. I hope the coding is going well. I hope... I don't know anything about coding. I don't even know enough to make a joke. The only thing I know about coding is a lot of trans cat girls do it.
Or probable cause. Do you
and furries.
Have any of those, sir?
Yep.
You have reasonable articulate suspicion that I've committed a crime?
Yes, I do.
What crime was committed?
Driving without a license.
That's a traffic infraction.
Driving without a license is not.
Is
It's
it
actually criminal in this state, sir. You'd be arrested for it.
No.
Like I said, we have a supervisor on our way. We're going to talk to him and find out what's
Under the
going on,
Constitution,
right?
these are victimless crimes, sir. That's what the problem is in
Victimless crimes are still crimes. That's why the word crime is in it.
America. Well, I'm standing against victimless crimes.
You're going to talk to the supervisor. He's
Yeah,
the smartest guy here.
sounds
so you guys
good.
can have a great conversation.
Sounds good, brother. I think he should inform
I'm not a cat girl.
you about being recklessly negligent
That's how you know I'm not a cat girl, because I don't know how to code.
and not accepting my documents because you're legally bound right now. The American National People of the Creator will we have our whole legal we have a federal court case filed.
This is going to be an Instagram, you said, or YouTube?
Yeah, yep.
What is this on?
This is on my Instagram channel, which is The Gift of Eternal Life.
Okay.
And I also post it on Facebook as well. So I have a large following. I educate officers, and I also educate the public on public and private law. Okay. So, and I'm one of the lead investigators with the National Action Task Force.
This is Lieutenant Flynn. You can explain your
Sounds
situation.
good. I was trying to give him public notice of my private capacity. He's refused multiple times. I'm just educating I educate the officers and the public on public and private law. So I've canceled all my government contracts. I'm now living in the private. This is my private conveyance. I've canceled my license. I no longer contract with the government.
If you've canceled your license, that means you're not allowed to drive on public roadways, because the license is a requirement.
Okay, and I have the Constitution right here. You guys.
Okay, you can have as many as many copies of the Constitution as you want. It doesn't change the law.
I took an oath to protect and defend my constitutional right to.
It's like they think the Constitution is some sort of magical totem that if they have it will like scare them away.
Privacy. You guys cannot force me to contract with government agencies. You know, and I cancel my license. Black's law definition of driving is to be.
Black's law isn't. Oh, fudge balls. Xenolegs tips $100 and says can't normally catch the stream live, but your VODs make work less boring. Thanks for all the free entertainment. Jesus Christ. Thank you very much. Looks like tomorrow we'll be getting a cat maid stream. Oh god, it's gonna be warm tomorrow. It's fine. We'll do it. So tomorrow will be a cat maid stream because of Xenolegs' generous donation. Thank you.
And you canceled it, so you canceled it from
Yeah.
what state?
Goddamn fucking cat made shit.
Minnesota. So here's official notice to your agency. You must take this, sir, because it becomes legally binding once you. And if you refuse it, it's reckless negligence because it informs you about my rights. And if you violate them, my nation's embassy is in California.
Your nation's embassy. Discordant Vol with $5 says, I feel so bad that people who fall on hard times and become unhoused are so susceptible to this rhetoric. Agreed. There's an actual thing to say here, which is to say people who are impoverished, who don't have money, especially those who do end up living in their vehicles. Vehicles require registration and insurance and car payments, you know, and if people don't keep up on these because they can't, not because they won't, but because they can't, you feel trapped, and people who feel trapped are more susceptible to conspiracy thinking because your brain will look for an avenue out, even if that avenue is delusion, you know? It's unfortunate.
And here's our international 35-page note.
How's the P.O. Box doing? Alright, I think we should be getting, I'm not sure how many are actually there. I'll let you know soon how close we are to being able to do a unboxing stream.
This, which is registered and with the Secretary of State's office in Washington D.C. and in Singapore. Here's my private identification, which is copyrighted, and I'm legally indemnified through our silver bond, which is my legally. Yeah, I've canceled all my contracts. I've canceled all my contracts. I'm no longer in your.
You did have one though. Could you pass us that ID, please?
2018. Yeah, and this goes with it. So this is legal notice that goes with my ID. Legal notice in order to all.
And this is an ID, which is what?
My American national identification. This is for your agency as well, sir. You guys must take this notice.
And
see, they're refusing again, guys. I have like 50,000 followers that are watching as well, so I'm just informing you guys because you know if you don't have any rights if you don't stand for them. In a world full of oppression right now, they're taking all.
Did they raise the price in Michigan also? The price for what?
All of our rights from us. I just canceled all my contracts and I put my hand in God's hand and was like, God, take my hand because you know what's gonna happen.
Like my car insurance? My car insurance has been the same for a long time.
If we just let you guys
Oh, the P.O. Box. Duh. Yes, the price went up and it's a ridiculous cost. But it's a business expense, it's fine.
Keep plowing us like this. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So people are watching, look at all the love I'm getting. Hallelujah, guys.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, follow me on Instagram. I got quite a few. I travel all over and I get pulled over all the time.
Thomas the Second Life, what was it again?
The gift of eternal life. Yeah, on Instagram.
So that's the ID that you have right there, the gift of eternal life. That's what that.
No, that's my private identification. Yeah. Thomas Humphrey. Yeah.
So when we run you in Minnesota, you can have a Minnesota license?
Nope, it's all canceled. I'm not even. They say they're not even finding me in the computer.
When was the last time you mentioned you get pulled over quite a bit? When was the last time you got pulled over?
How much does Twitch keep on tips? Through bits, I don't know what the percentage is. They keep half of subscriptions, though.
It's been a while, actually. You know, you guys are the first ones, but I mean, I've been pulled over. Like, that's like why I'm so popular because they pull me over all the time. And you know what I'm saying, he's like not even trying to hear what I have to say, but a lot of officers are interested. They know I'm not just talking out the side of my mouth.
We have a job to do as well.
Right. You guys are hired to uphold public policy, which they're actually liable, you know what I'm saying, when you contract. But I've sent in notice, I've sent in all the documentation canceling my contracts due to the lack of full disclosure on their end is my right to travel freely and unencumbered and unfettered on the common way of mankind during this time. That's Supreme Court justice who ruled since the 1800s.
No, incorrect.
It's the common way of travel during your time. It's a God-given, unalienable.
No, it's not. Where do you get this idea? This is the first time I've ever heard one of these people actually say this out loud. You think that you're allowed to drive a car because it's the most common method of transportation in the United States? That's not how any of this works.
Right, no government agency can restrict your freedom.
Incorrect.
To travel.
And it's Minnesota? That was the last place you...
Yeah.
You're living out of your car now?
Yeah, I've been living on my car since COVID hit and all that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So...
In terms of Massachusetts, when was the last time you pulled over to Massachusetts?
Never. I'm just visiting a friend here. I've been here for like 5 days.
From South Carolina, right?
No, I drove from South Carolina.
See, I also listened to everything he said.
Yeah, you were listening.
I heard everything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we just had a flag raising ceremony for the 12 tribes of Israel, for the United Nations of Israel, and in South Carolina there. So that's where I was coming from. We raise our flags in the dedication to the Most High.
Friends in Cambridge?
Yep. Yep.
Boston.
A friend. Right? Yeah. Well, he's right down the street from here. So
we're looking to see.
National rights are inherent natural rights, unwarranted pedestrian stops, $10,000 each incident, $5,000 for every 5 minutes illegally detained.
Try and enforce that. Let's see how it goes.
If detained in handcuffs, it's $100,000 per incident, $10,000 for every 5 minutes detained after. A signed warrant must be present for an arrest to take place or a criminal act with an injured party.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a black Israelite thing. I'm not sure.
You must have reasonable articulate suspicion that I'm committing a crime or probable cause in order to...
They do. You're not registered.
...illegally detain me. So, you know, and we have a federal court case filed, which... in case of one of your agents violate my rights, we're able to file claims against your liability bond. So, I mean, you're welcome to violate my rights if you want to, but I mean...
And tonight you tell us that the car's unregistered.
Violate my rights. Ooh, woo.
It's uninsured and you have no license.
No, sir, it is insured. I'm trying to hand you my documents, okay? And you're refusing to take them? So
we have to verify it through.
Yep. So this is official notice to what police department are you? Cambridge? All right, this is official notice to the Cambridge Police Department of my private capacity. Thank you. You've taken it. It becomes legally binding, and it is advantageous for you to read that. Yep, that's yours, sir. I have multiple copies. So it's advantageous for you to read that.
What about your vehicle? Is your vehicle insured?
Yes, that's my insurance. I'm bonded underneath our nation's silver bond, and it's for liability. The American national people of the Creator. If you believe I violated any laws or rights, you have to contact.
So it's not registered. The vehicle's not registered anywhere.
It's in a private trust.
So it's not registered.
Needs to be registered with the state.
No.
Or a state.
No, it's not. Not registered, sir.
Tom, is that your name since you were born, or did you pick
Yes.
that name?
Fuck. Citosaurus with $12 gets us to a second maid stream, so I have 2 cat maid days ahead. Woo! Says, I'm not hallucinating. I believe this adds a day to the maid streams. Mwahahahahaha. It does. You fuck.
Yes, my
What's your
name.
name?
Thomas Edward Humphrey, yeah.
You went to middle school, high school, that name?
Yes.
Okay.
I've canceled all my contracts.
Well, there's usually a record still. That's,
Yeah,
you know.
when you, there's no such thing as, you can't just expunge your record from a driver's license or anything else. So right now you're unregistered, you're uninsured. And you're unlicensed.
I've canceled all my contracts. It's a Black's Law definition of driving.
Black's Law Dictionary is a dictionary. It's not legal code.
To be engaged in.
You're also reading a version from over 100 years ago, or almost 100 years ago, I forget.
Commerce on public roads. I'm not a commercial driver. I'm a
You don't have to be.
traveler, sir.
You? I'll take it, yeah. Unlicensed and, right? Unregistered and uninsured, yeah. Can you step off on me, Thomas, please?
Wow, guys, I live in here, man. This is
With all due respect, too. I mean, we're treating respectfully, and like you said, fines and penalties and everything's in there. So.
What's that?
We're treating you with all due respect and whatnot, but step up, please.
So what are you guys towing my vehicle?
We're going to talk to you about it. Step up.
All right. See.
Jesus Christ. Sovsits. Another conspiracy? This is a conspiracy, but it's like a Sov City conspiracy. If it wants to play. Sid says, oh my god, does this not want to play? I hate when fucking BitChute does this. Sid says, I know Hannah secretly likes the Catmate outfit. I'm sure her faux anger is just performative and is intended to make sure we all do it more often. Asking the real questions here. Are you telling me that a streamer might do things to incentivize her audience to help support the streams? Crazy. Let's take a look. Ooh, Judge Middleton. You guys know Judge Middleton, right?
Alright, let's go.
Will the lack of AC in the maid costume be feasible? It'll be fine. I'll deal with it.
Go on the record.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen him get, like, genuinely angry. This is nuts. I think he's getting sick of the Sovsit stuff.
Alright, we've had a busy afternoon. We did a criminal sexual conduct preliminary examination with a child witness, which took us a couple of hours. We didn't live stream that for apparent reasons. We did deal with another matter, and we're about to deal with the last scheduled matter of the day, and I'm going to start over again. The title of the case is People versus Rosalind Ray Keenan. The allegation is that on or about May 16th in the village of White Pigeon, someone who was identified Ray Keenan.
I'm here on as sui juris and propria persona, Rosalind Ray family of Keenan, beneficiary.
Who do I like better, Red Shirt Shaggy Saga or Green Shirt Shaggy Saga? I prefer Green Shirt because it's classic.
Is this on record?
Yes, everything has to be on the record, so it's all being recorded.
Okay, I'm here on the special appearance, and I'm a free woman on the land. I'm here under fraud, menace, and duress. I am the private woman, Rosalind Ray All right. Keenan. The all capital mentioned name is the only appellation given to me. Anytime I autograph is to be done in a certain manner that I have here, or it's forgery.
Michigan's the Florida of the North, except we have left-leaning government, so that's good. I have a link to this video. Yeah.
All right, I'll accept this.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we have the right person here. When she signed her bond, she signed it as Rosalind Ray Keenan, beneficiary.
How long until Butter Nips OnlyFans, Hannah? Just kidding. Ace, so not interested in nips, buttery or otherwise. Just giving you the business. Hey, if I thought I had a product people were interested in buying, you know? Zalrock Chaos, thanks for $5, says, have you considered doing that, Nick? I don't know what that is.
Quick bail bonds. All right, now we've got another issue. This is a felony charge. The first one is. The second one is under the Motor Vehicle Code. And
It requires that we have a preliminary examination, or it requires that you're entitled to a
If I could talk to a hypothetical sheriff who's pretty low on the bastardly scale about interacting with sovsits, what would I say? Probably, why do you so often let them go without even a ticket? Like, I understand generally giving people, like... I understand people... Hold on. I think that makes it 3 days. It's not a direct donation. That generally has to be a direct tip to count for that maid outfit thing. I'll count, because I understand what you were trying to do, I will count that $80 towards it. So now we are $15 away from a third maid outfit day, I guess. I'm counting it. I'm not gonna let someone give me $80 with the clear intent of it being towards the main thing and not do it. I'm not a goddamn asshole, you know?
preliminary examination.
Thank you, Clyde, for the $80, and I also hate you, but thank you.
We had a pre-exam conference last week, and you expressed at that time that you did not wish to have an attorney. You're here with you this...
How to tip? Hold on. It's like Hannah Reloaded. Is it just this? Yeah, I think it's this. I'm rolling in dough today? I guess so. I think that's how you directly donate. I think. Where is the link? Where was the thing we were watching? Hold on. Where was it? There, Judge Middleton, where have you gone? I miss you. You kept us safe from the sovereign sit there yet.
This morning without an attorney, and we'll address that in...
Oh, Baja got the better link.
In a moment. You've been talking with Mr. Marvin. You have an absolute right to represent yourself. I normally don't recommend it.
Fucking hell. Annie Kai tips $15 and says, I think that makes a third day. It does. And Zarlot Chaos with $5 says, definition, Vatnik or Vatnik, Russian. It's a political pejorative used in Russia and other post-Soviet states for steadfast jingoistic followers of propaganda from the Russian government. Also another word for tankies who defend the invasion. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that might be good.
Mr. Marvin will sit down and talk with anybody, whether they're an attorney or whether...
Luckily, by Wednesday, the central air will be fixed. So at least the Wednesday stream will be nice. We might even... I'm definitely streaming tomorrow. Tuesday's the 4th of July, and I know we're doing some family stuff, so a stream that day will be dependent on, 4th of July. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be busy, too, if you're from the States. At least I understand not everyone's American. But, yeah, I might not do it. I might not stream Tuesday, but either way, we have 3 upcoming Maid days because of all the donations. It's a weird feeling to be both frustrated and really happy. Like, I'm frustrated because, like, that thing is fucking hot. But also, bills? So thank you. Discordant Vol, thanks for a $5 super chat.
They're a layperson. So you and he have been meeting to discuss this. Mr. Marvin, is there a plea offer here?
There is. And I'll tell you about that. But I wanted to mention that this is, I believe, the 3rd time we've sat down. And so this is dragged out a bit, but only because she's not represented. And in these 3 separate meetings and adjournments, the court has allowed those, and I appreciate it. I have spent a lot of time with her and her son, who's here. He's always been here, and they're very honest and they're good intended.
Thank you.
And I think that we've come to a resolution that I believe is...
Poetic Fox tips $15.69 and says, keep doing what you're doing. Here's to day 3. Thank you. Let me actually reset this. So let's see. There was a $5 tip and a $15.69. So I need $20.69 to be the new start. Okay. Just figuring it out. I don't want to lose track of how many Maid days. So let me fix this real quick. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just putting this up so you can't see something that I'm doing. But don't worry, I'm not actually taking a break. Just look at the pretty graphics or whatever while I fix this Streamlabs thing. Da-na, da-na-na-na, na-na-na-na, 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 na-na-na-na. Fornalata with $2 says, damn right that maid outfit hot, Hannah. Ooh, woo, bottom. Jesus Christ. Da-na-na-na-na. Da-da-da-da-da. Where's the widget? Where's the fucking widget? I'm almost there, guys. I'll find this goddamn widget. Fucking... It's the wrong one. Okay. No? Donation goal. That's the correct one. Okay. Reset goal. End goal. And... cat made day. Goal amount 100. Starting at 2069, so we're up to date. Also nice. And after, I don't know, 12, 31, 20, 34. Arbitrary date. Okay. Thank you for dealing with that for a moment while I dealt with it. God damn it, now that's stuck in my fucking head. Middleton. I just want to get to the part where he's angry.
It's fair. I've offered, I'm going to state it for the record, and only time will tell if she's going to accept it, and hopefully...
Are you famous or are you infamous? I think you're probably closer to infamous.
Seconds, but what I would do is offer an attempt resisting and obstructing and dismiss count 2. And I would ask that the court set this for sentencing at a later date, and I'd ask for 6 months. And if by that time there's no other incidents with law enforcement or any other reason to continue, I would dismiss this, or at any time before that if I felt that it was necessary. And again, after working with her, I don't think this is the kind of thing that should be... I would hate to see this upstairs as her first felony. I think that she's interested in a way of life that she's honestly...
Yeah, they're trying to help her as much as they can, honestly.
I'm
just going to get to her bullshit.
That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. Do you understand that charge?
No, I don't understand the nature and the cause of the charge.
All right, Mr. Marvin, let's just do a prelim.
I think if I did... someone talked about an OnlyFans earlier. If I did start an OnlyFans, I would just have to charge like $1,000 a month because my only subscriber would be Fornalata.
I'm not going to tap dance with her. You may be more sympathetic about this.
What did the lady do again? I think she was driving without a license or something. I'm not sure.
Flat earth nonsense than I am.
I like that he calls it flat earth nonsense too. Let's see. Sovereign Citizen makes another appearance in Judge Middleton's court. Let's see. Doesn't actually say in the description.
But if I'm going to have to argue
What do you mean it's Daddy Sume? Your name right there says Fornalata.
Everything from who she is to what the charge is, it'd be easier to just put on the prelim. From the affidavit of probable cause, her conduct was outrageous with a capital O. And so I'll give you one more opportunity, Ms. Keenan. Mr. Marvin is agreeing to dismiss the driving suspended charge. The record shows your license is suspended from Indiana and you don't have a valid Michigan license. That's a benefit. It won't affect your driving privileges.
Excuse me? What did you say about the...
It's a benefit. And
no, before that, about the license.
He's dismissing it, and it won't affect your driving privileges here or Michigan or Indiana if he dismisses that. So he's offering to dismiss it, and that's a benefit. He is offering to reduce the felony charge to a misdemeanor, and that's attempted resisting obstructing a police officer. If you wish to do that, we can pursue it now. If you don't, we can take testimony. The officer's been waiting here for 3 hours. What would you like to do?
Are you asking me to take a plea?
I'm asking you if you're willing to accept the prosecutor's plea offer.
Well, I don't understand that.
Mr. Marvin, let's
Explain
just
it.
put
I'm
on
not
a
playing
prelim.
games. I'm serious.
You are playing games, and first of all,
I'm
you don't.
trying to advance to
all right,
what I'm
stop.
here
You don't
for.
interrupt the judge, whether you're a flat earther or not.
I'm not flat earth, sir.
All right, well, this crazy stuff you're saying, I've got very little patience for it. You don't have an attorney, which concerns me, because these charges could result in your incarceration. I will appoint an attorney for you. All you got to do is tell me. But you also have the absolute right to represent yourself. So
yeah, the judge shouldn't ask why you're not taking a plea deal. If you were asked by a judge why you're not taking a plea deal because I have a right to a trial, they shouldn't ask that. That's gross.
Do you wish to...
Like, I understand the thought here because it's a very generous plea. If I were her, I would take it. But your role as the judge isn't to question that. You really shouldn't. That's not fair. That's not... You shouldn't do it. I certainly agree with him, but it's his job to remain impartial, and I don't think it's right for him to say that.
Yourself, or would you like me to get an attorney to assist you with this?
It's my right to appear for myself.
It is.
I don't think it would be a violation of your oath of office.
To do what?
To if you did your duty under the Constitution.
Duty.
Because I'm seeking legal intent, not advice.
You're seeking legal intent? What do you even... I don't even know what you mean by that. You're seeking legal intent, not advice? I'm trying. Got nothing. I hear my wife! Are you feeding our kitties because I was irresponsible? Yeah. Thank you.
Well, do you want me to appoint an attorney for you, or would you like to represent yourself?
I love you.
So, may I ask, what jurisdiction is this, civil or criminal?
Criminal.
This is a criminal case.
If you don't even know if you're in civil or criminal court, you should not be your own attorney, for the love of God. Hi. Oh, let me mute this for a second.
Points out the fact that you... You could use a lawyer.
Sorry, everyone.
If you can't tell the...
Oliver was ill. Our cat Oliver was ill and vomited everywhere. Or my wife's exact words. He vomited everywhere.
The difference between a civil and a...
He's okay now.
Criminal case. Criminal case means you could go to jail, in this case, for up to 2 years. In a civil case...
Jesus Christ, 2 years? Take this plea deal, lady.
There's no possibility of jail. It's usually over money damages or other types of non-jail relief, like other types of non-jail relief.
Carpet or tile? Dining room table and hardwood floor under dining room table. We have a thing on top of the dining room table that's like a waterproof cover, so it's fine. It's not like on the actual table or anything, specifically for reasons like this, to keep it protected. So it's fine, but you know.
So yes, this is a criminal case.
Well, Thank you. So, you said the record is on.
Yes.
Could the record of the court show that this is a criminal action? And my next question is, I know that the Constitution...
At least it's cleanable. I mean, that's part of having pets, you know? I've cleaned up a lot of poop and vomit, and it is what it is.
Constitution grants...
It's what you take on when you adopt animals, you know?
The court 2 types of criminal jurisdictions.
Yeah, the table is great. The chair that sits over here is actually from that dining table set. I really should get a different chair to set up here, because this really belongs with the set downstairs.
1 is criminal jurisdiction.
We just don't typically have that many people over to sit at the table anyway. We don't really sit at the table unless we're doing an activity or something. We usually eat in the theater room, the living room.
Under common law, and the other is criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal venue under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution, under which...
For instance, like, that's where Baja has her sewing machine, because she does sewing projects sometimes, or crafts or whatever. She has her sewing machine on the dining room table.
These 2 jurisdictions is the court intending to try...
I'm just going to get to the point where he arrests her, because he does arrest her.
Record. I'm offering to give you, and you're at risk of being...
Do people even use dining rooms as they're intended anymore? For, like, family things. Like, Thanksgiving. I know we ate in there, you know, with the family, with Mr. Blast and Broha Blast and everything. So, like, it gets used occasionally, just very rarely.
Incarcerated for this conduct. So to further...
It is funny, though. Like, in fairness, like, we don't even live in, like, we don't live in a huge house, you know? Our dining room is barely a dining room, you know? There are shelves in there full of other stuff, comic books and whatever. You know, there's just a table in there, too. But, like, my grandparents have a huge house that I think they paid, like, $20,000 for in the 60s. And I know inflation, but even with inflation, it's, like, a ridiculously huge house. Let me tell you how big this house is, chat. This house has 2 living rooms. 2 full-sized living rooms. Each one individually is bigger than the living room in the house I live in. Okay, that's the kind of house they have that they bought in the 60s. They have a full-on fucking dining room that is only a dining room, which is crazy. Yeah. They are lucky and wealthy.
Comment on Mr. Marvin's offer.
Is it 1 floor? No, it's a 2-story house.
If you pled to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing the police...
It's a 2-story house, 2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, a giant kitchen, a dining room. There's a home office upstairs and a bedroom upstairs, 2 attics. It's like a 4-car garage. Giant backyard. It's nuts. I can't even imagine what that thing is worth these days. Smith Black with $5 says, how did your grandparents end up being based but your mom didn't? They're not entirely like, look, they're good now and they accept me for being trans and stuff, but I'm not going to pretend that in the 60s and 70s they necessarily treated their kids well. You know what I mean? Like, this was the 60s and their kids, like, 2 attics, like there are 2 stories of attics. No, like, okay, how do I put this? The top floor has bedrooms, but also the top floor has 2 different attics that are, like, in separate sections. So, like, you go into one and it's a big storage area, but then there's also a big storage area that's hidden in the closet that's also kind of an attic. It's weird. It's, like, hidden in the closet. It's, like, the kind of place that you would have, like, I don't know, if you had to hide someone, like, you would hide them there. It's like a secret door in the back of their closet. It's weird. It's kind of cool, but...
Police officer. He offered to defer this.
Anyway, the point I was trying to make is, yes, my grandparents are really great now, and I love them, and they've... You know, my grandfather on my mom's side is probably the only, like, positive, like, man in my life when I was growing up. The only positive influence in terms of, like, seeing what a good guy could be, you know? I'm lucky now that I get to know my new dad, Mr. Blast, who is also pinnacle of fucking awesome, supportive masculinity. Great guy, awesome. But like when I was a kid, you know, it's my grandpa. But in the 70s, you know, they like punished their kids by having their kids go find a twig for them to beat their kid with, you know? So.
Sentence for 6 months, and if there were no further problems, to dismiss it, which is very generous based on the.
And they're also religious, like,
police report.
Not that religious, like, I get it. I'm not saying religion is inherently bad, but I also don't think it's inherently good. I think it is what you make of it, you know? And I see how my mom practices her religion or views the world based on her religion, and it's very much a negative thing. My grandparents, I would argue it's mostly a positive thing. It's moved them more towards charity and helping people and getting involved in the community, so it's good for them. But I think it also did create issues. For instance, like in the early 2000s, late 90s, when one of my cousins was dating a woman, my cousin's also a woman, they had issues coming to terms with that. Though, I will say, I'm glad that happened, because that maybe softened the situation for, like, me, decades later. That cousin's still awesome, by the way. I love her. She's great. I gotta have her on the show sometime. I need you guys to know this. If it wasn't for my cousin, this cousin who babysat me, like, every summer for years, this cousin is the basis for basically who I am, humor-wise. Like, there wouldn't be a show if it wasn't for this cousin. You would see her and you'd be like, holy shit, it's just Hannah, but older. I'd like to have her on sometime. I think that'd be fun. Show her what I do for a living. Might be funny. It's kind of funny, too. She went to school for journalism. I'm closer to a journalist than what she does now. Not that there's anything wrong with that. She's very happy, and that's awesome. It's just funny how... Let me see if I can actually show a picture. I won't give any identifying information. I just want to see if I have a picture of her and I together, so you can see how... Like, there are people who legit think that at the wedding they thought her and I are sisters because, like, we look a decent amount alike. Let me actually go to the wedding pictures. I don't think I showed you guys wedding photos, did I? I wonder if there was some I can show you. I'm sorry, I know this is going off the rails, but we're close to the end of the stream anyway, so I'm not worried about it. And if you are, it's my show. Deal with it. Would she be okay with that? Yes. I wouldn't do it if she wouldn't be okay with this. I assure you. I take into consideration other people's feelings. I'm not a monster. Stromboli says, "'Cause you're cool." Oh, thank you. I logged into the wrong account. That's my dead name account. Whoops. That's a lot of emails that I'm never gonna read. I showed us a wedding photo, but we got, like, all the wedding photos now, so. Let's see. I won't show any that have anyone in it that's, like, you know.
Okay, but like, be careful. Don't like show the link.
Oh yeah, I won't. Any photos I'm planning on putting in a completely different tab as like an open image thing.
Yeah, but.
One sec. Okay, finding pictures. It's a cute shirt. Thank you. I got it at Torrid. The lighting always looks so much worse when I put it full screen. Oh, chat, I forgot to tell you, by the way, this is cool. I got a shelf that reminds me of the Hartnell. If you know what the Hartnell is, then you know. and it's a shelf, and it's gonna go right here once I'm done redoing it. I gotta sand it, clean it, and restain it, but then it's gonna go here, and I'm gonna have more stuff on the shelf. It's gonna look great. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so there's Mr. Blast walking us down the aisle. He walked me down the aisle, too. There's my wedding dress, by the way. Very pretty. Baja put on all the black lace and stuff because it didn't come with that, but I wanted, like, some kind of black lace thing going on. So that's cool. My wife, incredibly beautiful on our wedding day. Let's go back so I can pick some more. Let me see if I can find a picture of just me and my cousin. Go into the gallery. Oh, this is a cute one, too. Sorry for anyone who's bored by this, but I like my wedding pictures, so you better like our wedding pictures, damn it. The Hexora tips $20.69 and says, thanks for the endless entertainment. Oh, thank you very much. I think that's a pretty cute picture. We had matching, like, earrings. I had the black ones. She had, you know, we had a whole thing going. Let's see what else. There's another good one. Again, just looking for one of my cousin. Let's see. Where else might I find one? If not, I can always pull up her Facebook page. It's not a big deal. Family. Oh yeah, the wedding cake. I'll get a wedding cake one at some point. There's a... There we go. There's one. Perfect. Here's me and my cousin. Not the best angle of me. A little bit too much of a low angle, so you're getting that effect. But, still... Funny picture. She had injured her hand like the week or two before the wedding, so that's what that is. Anyway, people kept thinking we were sisters, so. Yeah. Okay, let's see if there was anything else. Artistic Alexis says, too poor for more, but your fam is gorge. Oh, thanks. This is a cute one. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted. How do I just go back to... How do I just go back to the whole gallery? What's their whole website? Okay, I'm done screwing around with it right now. But it was a lot of fun. Good photos. Great day. Okay. What else? Oh, this one's pretty short. This is another sob sit. Oh no, we weren't done listening to Middleton yell. Sorry.
Bond information that came with the file.
I forgot the cake. Shit. I'll do it later unless Baja wants to send me like a Twitter message with a photo of the cake. Then I'll do it.
So, what would you like to do here today? Do you wish to represent yourself?
No, she's not missing fingers. She was in a cast. She did something. I don't remember if it was like a cut or if she had some other surgery or issue. I'm blanking now. We were busy those couple weeks before the wedding. Surprise. But she had some sort of injury, so her fingers are basically down like this, except for one that I think was healing, so it looks like that. But no, she has 10 fingers. I guess I don't know about her toes. I don't think I've seen her feet. But as far as I know, 10 fingers, 10 toes.
Thank you. I know I can peer for myself. I'm competent and I am confident. Okay?
All right.
Middleton doesn't yell.
So.
Sure he doesn't.
Next question is, are you willing to accept Mr. Marvin's plea
Let's watch him be disappointed, at least.
To plead to the misdemeanor charge?
I wasn't completed with what I wanted to say to you, please.
Okay.
May I? Thank you. So I wanted to say that I don't believe it's a violation of your oath of office if you did your duty under the Constitution, because I'm seeking legal intent.
Legal intent? Legal intent. Again, I have no idea what she means by that.
Okay, so I have the right to peer for myself. In order to intelligently defend myself, I have to know the jurisdiction this court is operating under, because the rules of civil procedure under common law jurisdiction are very different from the rules of civil procedure under admiralty or military tribunal venue.
Stop. You went through this before.
I know.
This is not civil
It's
procedure.
The Sixth Amendment grants me the right to know the jurisdiction being applied.
And I told you what it was.
And it gives you the duty.
All right, stop. If you interrupt me one more time, I'm going to find you in contempt. And you're...
Chat, do you think she listens?
You're going to go to jail.
Objection, please.
All right, please.
Please.
We're going to talk about this tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I find that you're in contempt. You're going to jail right now, and we will. Well, you have been.
I'm simply
this matter
trying
is
to
adjourned
exercise
until tomorrow
my
at
Sixth
3
Amendment
o'clock.
rights, please.
Well, you can think about it
We can go
overnight in
forward
jail.
with this right now, please.
No, you're going to
I do
jail
not
for
wish to be in
24 hours.
contempt.
I know you don't wish to go to jail, but you certainly
I
have
will
earned it.
continue with this if you'll please let me finish.
We'll talk about it tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and you will be more respectful to the court.
I can provide the
You will not interrupt the
citations.
court. Your citations are meaningless.
I'm sorry I
So you
interrupted
can go
you wanna
with the
continue?
officer. I don't want to argue about it. Take
I'm
her
not
out of here. We will address this tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Stand up and put your hand
No.
back. I can't get her aspects she has there.
They'll get them for you. You can give all the paperwork to him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Canyon Shepherd.
Mr. Marvin, I don't know what you've got tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and I don't know what I have, but we'll take another shot at this tomorrow.
Justice takes time.
And she goes to jail for the night. I know she comes back. And she comes back with a lawyer, which is the smart thing to do. I haven't seen this video, so I have no idea what happens.
Missed the felony charge and the driving suspended charge. I don't want to force one on you, but I do think you could benefit from having counsel. It was clear you didn't understand the difference between a criminal case and a civil case, and you contempted yourself into a day in jail. I won't be offended if you tell me that you want to have an attorney, in which case I would set this matter for further proceeding out 2 weeks, which would be July 5th. How would you like to proceed, Ms. Keenan?
Thank you. So if I choose to get an attorney, I have 2 weeks, and then nothing else will be brought up today. Because
Correct. Now, you could enter the plea to the misdemeanor offer that Mr. Marvin made today. But I do think you could benefit from having an attorney to assist you with this. In which case, I would continue it to the 5th of July. That's 2 weeks from today in the afternoon. Usually it'd be on a Tuesday, but that's a holiday. It would be 1 o'clock on July 5th.
Am I going to be still having to stay at the county jail and wait till
Well,
then?
let's talk about that. No, you posted a $10,000 cash or surety bond. However, you've not agreed to be fingerprinted. So,
God damn it. Yeah, that's some soft sit shit.
so as soon as you agree to be fingerprinted, you can be released from jail. Otherwise, you're going to sit there for 2 weeks.
Imagine paying your bond and then still sitting in jail because you refuse to get fingerprinted. Holy shit, lady.
All right. Would you like me to appoint an attorney for you?
Yes, if I appoint, and if you appoint...
Thank fuck. Okay, at least she gets an attorney.
Say later.
That's good. I'm glad she was convinced to get an attorney, because holy crap, that's ridiculous. Oh my god. Hans Wormhat, no!
About one aspect of Bapho or Baphomet culture.
Trigger warning for potential transphobia. I assume this is going to be transphobic since it's, you know, Hans, and I think this is about trans stuff. For those who haven't seen me cover Hans before, Hans is a conspiracy theorist that thinks basically everyone is secretly trans except him, and it's like all a big conspiracy, and they're hiding things from him. Tess with 2 pounds says, greetings from Turf Island. Thank you for the pounds.
Some people have asked, oh, what do you mean by Bapho?
Any chance you have euros instead? I've heard they're stronger. Sorry, Brexit joke.
Bapho is just short for Baphomet because, as far as I know, it seems like that's what this culture, what they worship. They worship Baphomet. They really push the notion of trans, and look at the statue of Baphomet, and you know they're
Baphomet, the statue you're talking about with the tits. I don't think we see Baphomet's dick, right? We don't see Baphomet's dick in the thing. So maybe Baphomet's just a lady, or just someone with boobs. We don't see the dick, is all I'm saying. So my proposal is, from now on, all Baphomet statues should have a raging hard-on. And I don't mean like, I mean like... No, I'm going too far with the joke. I'm going too far with the joke. I always do this.
they're all about pushing trans beauty and...
How is Han still on YouTube? I don't know. By the grace of God.
and making androgyny out to be the best thing ever. And just look at
What's wrong with androgyny?
Media. Nothing new. The media has always been, it's obvious that they push androgyny.
What are you talking about? Historically, American media has been the opposite. Historically, American media has mocked and derided people who are not heavily femme or heavily masc. What are you talking about?
Androgyny.
Trans people in particular have been made the butt of jokes in most appearances in films from the beginning of film, like...
And, yeah, it goes into alchemy and...
It's Ceci, thanks for $3.
And I just say Bapho to talk about... There's a whole class of people that they all do the same things. You know, that's what it's a culture. It's a Bapho culture. And it transcends all over the world. There's people that do the same sort of things. And so that's why I make the. It's really why I started making videos to begin with, is to find other people who are like, yeah, that happened to me too. And there's going to be so many people out there that can relate to these videos. That's why I do like making these videos, and that's.
I've talked about this before in terms of the underlying, like, pathology that seems to be going on with Hans. Again, I'm not a therapist, I don't have any sort of degree in psychology, I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, it just feels to me like he has some kind of insecurity surrounding feeling apart from society, feeling different from society, and on top of that, I think he feels insecure about his own masculinity or gender identity. I don't mean that he's trans. I mean specifically that, well, I think he is cis, to my knowledge. I think that he doesn't feel he reaches whatever he considers the bar for masculinity. So instead of dealing with these insecurities and learning to be healthier, it feels like he sort of creates this entire delusional world where he's projecting these feelings outward. So they're no longer internal feelings, they're external. He doesn't feel not masculine enough because he's insecure or has trauma. It has to be because there's a secret cabal of trans people controlling society, and really Hans is the only real quote-unquote man, and everyone else is just a poor imitation. Just feels like a way of deluding yourself out of your own insecurity. It's not good.
That's why I'm going to share a few comments.
See you, Robert. Adsit. Thanks for hanging
I think
out.
people like these videos because they can relate. They're like, oh, that happened to me too when I was growing up, or oh, my family was just like that. So I'm going to read this comment. It's so interesting that you mentioned the silverware. I was talking about spoons. Spoons are a big symbol. These people...
Spoons. Spoons are a big symbol. Don't ever take Hans to a screening of The Room. Foobles, thanks for subscribing. By the way, if anyone's watching this stream, and this is the first time you've seen me for whatever reason, give the channel a subscribe. I have countless hours of content for you to go back through, and I post all my VODs here. And I plan on streaming here occasionally, though I primarily do on Twitch, but I think this is fun. I'm enjoying this, so we'll probably mix this in a few times a month at least.
Communicate with signs and symbols. They don't necessarily sit down and write a book about saying this is what spoon represents. It's kind of just, I think that they see enough of it through context, and they have discussions behind it.
Cats in the cradle in the silver spoon, a little boy blue and the man in the moon.
Closed
When you
doors,
coming
certainly.
home, Hans, I don't know when, but we'll dig it together then. Hans, you know we'll have a good time then.
But I don't think that...
We're working on songs that sample the Clued guy and the new cocky lady. I'll try to send them to you somehow if they turn out good. That would be awesome. Discord's always a good way to do it.
There's like a well-defined list of what all of their signs and symbols mean. It's...
I know, I have, well, I guess I don't know what he thinks they mean, but I do have the list of things that conspiracy theorists have said are, you know, symbols. What's the thing he just said? Do I need to add spoons to this list? Is spoons not already on here? Hold on. Orange, 33 butterflies, the sun, 5-pointed star, pyramids, eyes, blue and gold, black and white, covering one eye, rock on hand symbol, crown spiral, poop, butt joke, zigzags, the moon, magic circle, Shakespeare, blah, 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 blah. Spoons! Okay, I gotta add spoons. Goddamn spoons. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. I'm sorry, Cat Stevens is bae. Wait, is that Cat Stevens? Hold on. No. Cat's in the Cradle, isn't it? Cat's in the Cradle. Harry Chapin. I'm thinking of the song Father and Son by Cat Stevens, which I listen to as a trans metaphor. Because of course I do. Alright, back to the video.
About context and about reading the situation. Like, for instance, the triad cloth.
Is it the color orange or oranges or both? The color orange.
I most often just see that where people are just like, before they come into your house, or if you're standing around a group of people And I think that those people, they think that they're like in charge. Because, you know, if you go look at all the old portraits of the big shots, they're doing that symbol. So I think that they think if I do this symbol in public, I'm like a big shot. I'm in control of this.
I assure you, no one thinks about this as much as you do, Hans. This is nonsense.
Room right now because I'm doing this symbol. I think that they really think that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep reading. I had 3 small children with my husband. After my parents left, our spoons were almost all gone. I asked my husband, who was from Brazil, if witches have a thing with spoons. He knows macumba, as many Brazilians come into contact with this, not sure how it's pronounced, and he said yes, absolutely. I do believe my Bafo mother threw them in the trash. She also has a history of stealing from me.
Ironically, my dad also likes the song Father and Son, but he's an abusive father. He likes it because he didn't like his dad. Cycles of abuse are fucking wild.
She threw away many of my texts.
Do I start all my streams at the same time? It varies. I'm not gonna lie, it varies.
Books when I was in school.
But I always ping the Discord and stuff when I start, so.
Getting me into trouble.
If possible, would I talk to Hans? Yeah, probably. I don't know how much of an interesting conversation it would be. I also don't think he would talk to me because I'm trans and he's very transphobic.
And stole almost all the jewelry I bought with my babysitting money. It's hard to say. I mean, because my dad threw away my homework too, and it's just because he's a crazy OCD freak. So some people will have similar stories, but for different reasons. This sounds more targeted, like this person really has it out to get her. Whereas in a lot of times,
I'm aware of the perspective shift in Father and Son. I literally was talking about the song and how I interpret it. You think I don't know the basic construction of the song?
These people...
I'm saying he liked the song long before he was a father. He liked it based on his dad. I understand that it also has a father perspective. But I think even though it shifts perspective, the final verse clearly says that the song Cat Stevens is writing believes that the father is in the wrong. Harold Elberman says, Google spoon theory. Spoons are totally a symbol in some disability communities, but not like this, obviously. Oh, that's interesting. It's also a The Room thing. Spoons are a meme with the movie The Room.
They're narcissistic, and they just cause damage all
Yeah, I also picked up on his dad throwing away his homework thing. Abuse could definitely be a factor in what caused Hans to turn out this way.
Around them, and it might not necessarily be like super targeted, but you still might have similar stories. I'm just saying, like, I did grow up where a lot of times my stuff would get thrown away, but it was just slightly different. It's because my dad is OCD and narcissistic, but he also is a Bafo. These people, they are similar. They act similar a lot of times. Here's this next one.
Is Cat Stevens still alive?
This was actually the comment that made me want to make this video and talk about one aspect of the culture, and that's these training episodes. So I'm going to read this. I'm 100% sure my mom is the family handler. Everyone has always answered to her, and my brothers have always been putting her on a pedestal. I also remember when we were at a vacation where my mom is from, and I left with my dad, and my mother and 2 brothers stayed behind. I found it so weird, but now I know that they were probably going to get illuminated and maybe some tea training.
No? Were they going to some event or a specific thing for them? Like, there are situations where that happens. This is another paranoid person, unfortunately, feeding off Hans's paranoia, and Hans, in return, is doing the same.
This was an excellent comment. On the surface, it doesn't seem like that much is happening, but...
Cat Stevens is a Muslim now and changed his name. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Cat Stevens. New name. What is his name now? Yusuf Islam. Gotcha. He's a good musician. I like him. Okay, not gonna get down that rabbit hole, because I'm sure that'll be a whole thing.
But I can just relate to this so much, and I think it's really important, because these people, they just act in certain subtle ways that are very abnormal. What this reminds me of is the whole story of my brother's facial implants and how they tried to blame it on me. He just had a planned plastic surgery appointment, and they
Oh, this is wild. This is weird. I remember this. I did watch this video already. This statement is so bizarre, and I want to know so badly what the real story is here. Go back.
The whole story of my brother's facial implants and how they tried to blame it on me. He just had a planned plastic surgery appointment, and they performed this whole psyop on me in the morning to make it out like I hit my brother in the head with a baseball bat. I did not. I've talked about the story in the past. I don't need to rehash the whole story. But the point of that story...
Please rehash the story. So one of two things happened here. Either Hans beat his brother in the face with a baseball bat so hard that he needed cosmetic surgery to fix it, and he completely blocked that out somehow. Or that didn't happen and his family legit tried to gaslight him. I find the former more likely, the latter almost scarier. Neither is a good look. Neither is good.
That relates here is, I remember
Like, I'm genuinely, like, did he black out? Did he, like, have a fugue state and black out and beat his brother? You know? I don't know.
After the incident happened?
Maybe the dad we saw earlier, based on his comments, is already weird. Maybe the dad was abusive and blamed it on Hans? I don't know. Or Hans is delusional and that never happened. I don't know. I really don't.
They shuttled me and my sister off to school. And while my brother was like allegedly bleeding out profusely in the house, and it's stuff like that doesn't make any sense. Why would they split up the family like that when something is going on?
If there's abuse occurring, they probably want to isolate him so that when they take him to the hospital, you can't be questioned about abuse.
It's like this, how you'll go on vacation and the family will get split up for some reason. Or, and this goes into the T training thing, just weird vacations by themselves and one parent. Like my sister went to somewhere for the soccer camp, and I thought that was really weird that she went with just my mom. No invitation or anything to anybody else in the family.
You weren't going to soccer camp. Did you want to go to soccer camp?
And
by T training, he means secretly telling them the secrets that everyone is trans and giving them trans training. That's what he means.
And it's not like we could have afforded to take the whole family over there.
Hans, if it was for like one person's thing, why would you all go? It was for soccer camp. Could have also been a girls' soccer camp specifically.
But it was very much around the time of puberty.
Like, there were times that either my dad or my mom and I went on trips separately from the other. There were also trips that we all went on, but, like, it wasn't unheard of for things to happen like, oh, mom's gonna go visit family in Florida. Do you want to go with her? And dad had to work. Or vice versa. Like, I don't...
too. So I think that it was, like, getting schooled about all the reproductive consequences of being Swire syndrome, and that's probably just when they have the talk. And they do all sorts of, there's like a timeline. I think it's probably different for every family. So it really is different for every family, because you'll see the more like openly satanic ones, they really get a kick out of telling their really young kids to already start doing the hand signs and taking pictures of it. And you'll see all over social media like a bunch of baffos cracking up, and one of the little kids will be like throwing devil horns or something. And yeah, they post this stuff all over social media. I haven't had social media in ages.
So how do you even
one
know?
of the very first things that I did when I woke up was go through all of my social media, looking at all the photos, looking at them throwing hand signs. It's, I mean, I don't think about that very often, but that was a large aspect of my waking up, sitting back, looking through all the photos of all the people that I noticed and that I grew up with, and noticing that they're all throwing the same signs. It's
Have you considered that you just think every hand position is a secret hand sign?
probably one of the more disturbing parts of waking up. Okay, so I'll say two more personal things. People like the personal stories, probably because they have things that they can relate to. Just something that comes to mind is it's kind of interesting to think back and try to think of like, oh, what were they being taught around this time? Because I know that around 5th grade, my sister wore orange like nobody's business. She had the bright orange, the safety color orange 33. She had an orange t-shirt and she wore that thing.
Wow, your evidence is that your sister owned an orange shirt? Holy shit, we just blew this case wide open. No child owns an orange shirt.
Like none of her other stuff. And I think it's because at the time she had been told, oh yeah, orange is our color. Orange is a
Or she had an orange shirt.
special color. And yeah, so that was in, you know, the end of the end of elementary school. Excuse me. And middle school is when they start telling
I am live on YouTube.
them about the various human anatomy things, because middle school is when I remember that's when the BAFOs start pointing out people's skeletons and starting, because they do the same thing. And it's kind of sad because they come from a situation where their parents will start poking fun at them for the ways that they look weird or whatever, and they end up going and taking it out on regular people, because while they're getting their T training, learning how to, no, you got to walk like this, they're being made fun of. You're walking like a dude, like you gotta. So they end up flipping that and throwing it there.
So what I'm getting is that Hans's siblings brutally insulted him, or at least he feels that that's the case, regardless of what actually happened. He, at minimum, feels that his family, seemingly his siblings in particular, denigrated his looks and the way he acted a lot.
There's so much projection going on from these people. They just ooze insecurity.
Hey, I heard you like projection, so we got a guy to project about projection.
And unfortunately, what ends up happening is they constantly are putting down the physical appearance of non-inverted individuals. It's really bad. And I think that, yeah, they do it to just because they hate us and to make us have bad. They really want us to have no self-confidence. They're very good at it.
This guy has so much fucking trauma. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's mostly
I'm not excusing the transphobia, and I think he said some anti-Semitic shit. I'm by no means trying to excuse his horrible fucking takes. But goddamn, cycles of abuse are a fucking bitch.
For this, Luke chapter 12, verse 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law.
No Peter update.
And the daughter-in-law against her...
Well, not since the last one, I guess. He hasn't posted videos, but I talked to him times on the internet. He thinks I've taken the mark of the beast or something, so...
Mother-in-law.
He said sometime this year we can do another discussion, though, so we'll see.
I think that this is more of a verse just talking about the breakdown of the family unit that we see everywhere today. But it just also reminds me of the black sheep aspect of being among BAFOs when you're not one of them. You're going to feel like an outsider. You're going to feel like they're against you, like unfairly pitted against you. And yeah, I definitely grew up with a lot of that, feeling like an outsider. And for no reason, no amount of trying to fit in or get included is going to do any difference. That's what my 20s were about, figuring out that it doesn't matter what I do.
Yeah, I think he thinks the vaccine is the mark of the beast.
He's
wrong.
They just want to see me suffer. Yeah, let me know in the comments how you like this video, and God bless everyone.
Oh, I am sleepy. This person has really...
You're here because you're missing
This is hardline opinions on whether or not you should come.
that touch, that passion you once had as a child, that got you up bright and early in the morning, and kept you excited and passionate throughout the whole day. Let me tell you that you're about to have that spark lit up again. This hidden esoteric truth I'm about to share with you is the holy grail of ancient knowledge, woven into stories passed down from generation to generation. It's the hand of Midas. It's the blessing
Has had great hair days lately. I've been taking better care of my hair, so.
of Abraham. This substance makes you feel like you can leap a high wall, like you can slay 300 filthy men at once with the jawbone.
Did you say 300 filthy men?
Of an ass. Hey, glad you.
Literally, Samson in the Bible story, he doesn't have strength because he doesn't come. He has strength because God blessed him and his hair is a symbol of his devotion to God or whatever.
Here with us? Hope you're doing well. So I'm gonna start off
No,
with
this isn't Eric Dubé.
facts about semen and benefits of
Facts about semen. How exciting. How exciting to learn all about semen today.
spiritual energy retention. It takes around 64 days for the male body to produce sperm. Then around 24 to 28 more days for it to be transported and finally ejaculated. Sperm and semen are two different things. Sperm are the reproductive swimmers on a mission. Semen is the slip and slide substance.
Semen is the slip and slide substance, and just like that, I can never use a slip and slide again. Thanks.
Second, it is believed that it takes 80 drops of blood to create one.
I don't know if this exists. Okay, has anyone done a video, like Pornhub, have they done a video where it's like, Alright, I'm gonna call this the slip and slide bukkake. We're going to have tons of people with dicks, right? And they're all gonna be on the sides of the slip and slide, okay? And there's gonna be kind of an ookie cookie situation going on, okay? And the last person to finish has to slip and slide down the slip and slide, which has been bukkakeed by the... What is wrong with me? Oh my god. Holy shit, I'm the worst.
One single drop of semen, meaning that it takes a lot of energy for your body to create. Third, when your sexual energy grows, you experience a massive increase in energy. You become 100-fold more creative. You enter this state of effortless
I promise you that your cum isn't making you creative.
flow. You become ambitious, badass, confident, very persuasive, stoic. You effortlessly become a leader and not a follower. Fourth, muscles. I don't care what the scientific community says, not spilling your
I don't care what the scientific community says is the funniest fucking confident statement. Listen to that.
persuasive, stoic. You effortlessly become a leader and not a follower. Fourth, muscles. I don't care what the scientific community says, not spilling your seed keeps you from draining your testosterone, which
Listen, bros, I know that scientific evidence demonstrably proves that this isn't true, but I feel it, man. I'm obsessed with my own cum, and the cum of other men, which is super cool. So definitely don't cum, and go to the gym with me, and we both know we haven't cum in like 2 months, and we're sweaty, and we're yelling at each other to just, two more reps, and it's very heterosexual. It's the peak of heterosexuality. Just a couple of bros sweating it out, filled to the brim with cum.
which has a major positive impact on muscle growth and fat burning. Of course they will tell you otherwise. Their research and findings
Of course they'll tell you otherwise. Big cum. Big cum is selling us lies.
are
Guys, I might be in the pocket of big cum.
biased. It's paid for by the food and fitness industry, which needs you to believe you need their product. Fifth, you will begin to turn heads. You'll be more attractive to women because your pheromones will be much more potent, and
that guy smells like cum.
Women sense that and will watch you and chase you instead of
Not how women work.
you chasing them. You'll begin to look, be, and feel more attractive and confident in their eyes. Sixth, sex is way better. It's much more intense because
I'm sure that your partner is gonna love that you've been, pent up for 2 months and you come in 5 seconds. That'll make you a great lover.
It becomes more than a physical experience. It becomes a spiritual experience. When you're not wasting your semen, your body is then able to spend it on you, meaning it begins to make you a better creation. Nice.
Cum isn't money that your body uses to get in shape. It's like you think cum is a store of value.
Your hair, deep.
Cum is not a fiat currency.
Your voice, increased muscle mass, you become sharper and extremely motivated. Whatever you put your hand to becomes successful. You're running and you turn around to see the competition out of breath while you're still on a steady sprint. Sexual energy is like a venomous snake. If it's always draining its poisonous glands, when it comes time for it to fight a predator, that snake is going to be drained out.
Do you fight people with your cum?
Pretty much useless.
That metaphor doesn't make any sense unless you're literally shooting cum at people defensively. Which, I'm not super knowledgeable about martial arts, but I think if cum was an effective defense mechanism, I feel like some sort of martial art would have figured that out centuries ago.
You let your
Kung Fu. Anyone? Kung Fu? No? Okay.
energy fill up, it begins to churn and becomes potent. Your energy will rise through your chakras, or energy centers, and light up your pineal gland, also known as your third eye. The Kundalini is depicted as a serpent because the ancients associated rising sexual energy with the serpent.
I don't care what ancient people believed in, like, the literal sense. It's interesting from a historical and anthropological point of view. Like, that's interesting to learn what people previously believed, but that doesn't mean you should believe it. This is inaccurate. We know this isn't true.
When it comes to increasing testosterone, the male hormone that makes you a man, males will search the internet hours on end for foods and pills that supposedly increase testosterone, yet they fail to keep from emptying their nuts where testosterone is produced, and they deplete.
Do you think that when you come testosterone? Semen isn't testosterone. What?
Their stores. The fitness industry.
And I understand that I think that your T levels can rise, like if you haven't, like, in a while, but, like, it is not the thing that he is describing.
Pays millions in advertising trying to sell men testosterone boosters.
This is why sex ed's important. Yeah, comprehensive sex education.
And guys fall for it because they don't realize they have the original, that they already have the most potent substance within. The issue.
Okay, I just gotta be honest here. I am confused. It seems like some people, and this comes up enough that it's gotta be some weird fetish or evolutionary maladaptive thing. There are some people who are so obsessed with their cum, like this, who are just obsessed with it and seeing it as like a symbol of virility or a symbol of masculinity in and of itself. There are those people who like to save their cum in jars and stuff, or boxes. If anyone needs to hear this, your cum is a bodily waste, basically. If you're not immediately using it for something, it's a bodily fluid, like piss or shit. Don't keep it around. What are you doing? Stop it. Your cum isn't magic. It's just bodily fluid.
The issue is that before it could travel through the body and benefit them, they are spilling it. You have within you the authentic substance, and the testosterone boosters are the knockoff. This is the substance all of the ancients made art and hieroglyphs depicting, to pass on this knowledge to us. That spirituality has been muddied though, because they don't want.
Or they just have a chastity fetish and they don't know. Alright, enough of the cum guy. The cum man! Watch out for the cum man. I don't know what's wrong with me.
He's smiling his railroading.
Yeah. Can I get your driver's license?
You already know who I am.
Yes.
Be on with your day, sir.
Driver's license and insurance, please.
Lampetia with 4.99 says if he just painted his member with bright colors and attached a rattle, he wouldn't need such an excessive supply to attack people with.
That's driver's license and insurance.
He don't need to. What are you trying to identify, sir? Will you have your sergeant out here right now, please?
Yeah,
thank you.
So I need your driver's license and insurance.
I will talk.
He don't need to provide a driver's license if he's not doing something for commerce.
Sir,
oh, you just
illegal.
fucked up.
Show me your hands. Right,
You just fucked up.
I can't find my driver's license. Now what? What's my social?
He doesn't have it.
8119 is my social. You know who I am, and you're railroading me, and you pissed me off.
Shut my
buddy.
brother's
Have your
door.
sergeant get here now. Right fucking now.
You just illegally
Right
opened
now.
his door.
So I need your driver's license and insurance.
What is your
Hold on one
badge
second.
number?
21.
21 in your name?
21.
No, hold on. Wait a minute.
Jeremy Komet.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Why did you pull me over again?
You have expired registration on the vehicle. I need
Okay.
your driver's license.
Will you go take a picture of that and bring it to me?
He doesn't have a driver's license.
Hold on.
Shut
I'm trying
his
to
door.
call.
Okay.
I'm trying to call somebody right now. It's called
Shut his
911
door.
because I
He
don't
don't
know
have
who
a
you are, but you're
driver's
railroading
license.
I need
me.
your driver's license.
Hold on one
and insurance.
second. I'm calling 911.
He's not traveling for commerce.
If you don't provide it, I'm going to remove
I
you
will
from the
when I can
vehicle.
find it, but I don't trust
I'm
you.
going to remove you from the vehicle if you do not provide me your driver's license and insurance.
Oh,
I will get out of the
let's get
vehicle
all
now.
of you rookies out here.
Spicy. Ruh-roh.
I don't have to get...
Oh, you're right. I think I did watch that. At least it's only 2 minutes. Alright. I think we might be done for the day. We've been going for 3.5 hours. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Like I said, tomorrow we'll also be doing a YouTube stream, so you'll find me here. I'll post about it on Twitter and Discord and the YouTube community tab. So that'll be good. We have is it 2 days of maid outfits ahead? 2 maid days ahead. So show up for that, if you're into that. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Again, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Is it 3? Fucking ass. No, wait. Monday, 2... No, I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2... Everyone's saying it's 3, so I must be wrong. I'll double check the stream, but if you guys say it's 3, I believe you. Alright. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.